Yeah, back in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. This episode is sponsored by Flavor Fest. Flavor Fest, we are going to be in the building, y'all. This going down November 6th through the 9th. You still got time to get in and be a part of the beat battle, so make sure that you go to flavorfest.org. This is the 25. This is going to be huge, y'all. This is going to be huge. Also, you still have time to join the Righteous by Design, the swag giveaway for the merch line that I have. Announcements are going to be made on who the winner is on September 20th. So that's the T-shirt like this, that's the swag bag, and then that's the tote bag, and then also the hat. And joining us in the studio, man, we got none other than Jared Sanders in the building today. Jared, what's good with you, fam?
I'm cooling, man. No complaints. No complaints.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. And then we got Shania in the building. And always, of course, salute, DJ Jeremiah. Welcome back, brother. How are you doing?
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, how you doing?
You want to be the star today, huh, right? Okay. No, I was just joking. No, man. First off, I want to say thank y'all to everybody, man. Just thank y'all for y'all prayers. Of course, my mom passing was a couple weeks ago, and thank y'all for just being there. I felt y'all prayers. I know for my fellow track stars, family and friends, thank y'all for everything. We totally appreciate people who blessed us while we were out there. It was that's a pain that I wouldn't wish on anybody. To bury your mother and stuff like that. So, I want to say thank y'all, and y'all prayers were very felt and everything like that. And then also sidebar to also Iron Sharpe. Donatello won again this week, so he's gonna go next week for another round. But I just want to thank y'all just in general for everything. I really appreciate that. And even them coming, like Sean Ryan and Rick Sincere from MTMV came through as well to the funeral. And I'm just grateful for my friends, man. I'm grateful for everybody that showed up, and I'm grateful for people praying for me and my family. So.
Absolutely, man. You know we love you, bro. We're always going to hold you down, man. Yeah. We've been doing this, 19 years, but we've been friends for way longer.
Yeah.
So, you know, you experienced the loss of a parent. I've experienced the loss of a parent.
Yeah. Two parents. Both of my parents is now deceased. So,
since we've been doing this show,
Yeah.
And so whenever that happens, man, it hits home with all of us.
Yeah, man.
You know, because we feel what the other feels.
Yeah.
It's the brotherhood, man. So, yeah, definitely. And Jared, what's been going on with you, fam?
Not much, man. My mic is muted.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Not much, man. Just been traveling for work a little bit, but everything's been good. But by the end that I do have the mic, we want to send you guys to our TikTok. Please hit Track Stars on TikTok. We're trying to boost our numbers on there so that way we can go live and stream live content on TikTok as well.
Awesome. And we are going to talk with Jared Sanders and get the skinny on the new album, man. But you've been doing some things, bro. What's been up with you?
Oh, man, I got a 7-week-old at the crib, dog. So we started over again. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
How many kids you have, Jared?
This is number 3, man.
Oh, wow.
So how many? So what are the ages?
10. My daughter actually brought her out here to the A
Okay.
for her birthday. We going to the Falcons-Bucks game.
Nice.
Okay.
My son is 7. And we got a 6-week-old at the house. What was I thinking? You know what I'm saying? Like the gap.
I mean, well, let me see. I had
It's the wife, though. She said we got to get one, and, so be it.
I had an 11-year-old. No, I had a 9-year-old, and we started with now we got a 4-year-old.
Salute.
Yeah, I think that's right. Right age? No. Yeah, about that. No, she was 8 when we had him. Because she's 12 now, and he's 4. Yep.
Oh,
yeah, man.
Gang.
So.
So 4 coming?
Nah. Nah. And once she said nah, it's nah.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So she was like, I'm good.
No, and I'm gonna tell you what, if she probably it's snipped already. So she probably listen, if that's Jesus up in there, or we got a whole different conversation going on. You know what I'm saying? Like that's medical malpractice or infidelity. It's one or the other. That is not the Immaculate Conception, my dog.
No, I understand, man. I understand. And then we got a new guest that just joined us in the building. Please introduce yourself. Yep.
Mike, go.
Hey guys, it's Latia Ashley, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys today.
Latia, thank you for coming.
having me.
I believe we met you at the Black Christian Influencers Conference,
Yes,
correct?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining the team today. We appreciate having you.
Thank you.
So yeah, this has just been a week, man. Shout out to Sean. He is out today. We
Keep him in your prayer.
keep him in your keep him in your
Lord.
prayers, man. We tested the waters last week. Bunch of 40-year-olds over the age of 40 went out and played flag football, and for a friend's birthday. That's why you guys didn't see us last Saturday. You saw a show that was recorded beforehand, and we didn't all make it out unscathed, unfortunately.
Tested the water.
Sean
and
went up.
failed.
Yeah, Sean, or what I like to call Keenan Allen Jr. He went up for a touchdown, interception, whatever it was. I guess we were playing defense at the time, and came down, and somebody came down on top of him. And so we heard a pop sound. He heard a pop sound, and he is not with us today because he is restricted from driving. So y'all pray for him that his leg gets better, and that he will join us back here
Flag
soon.
football, no less.
Yes.
Y'all gangsters, man. It's like, I gotta get him.
I was gonna say you said something in the in your song like that on the new album.
Yeah.
Where you were just like 40 years old and the mosh pit is embarrassing. And when I heard that, I was like, dang, yeah, 40 must
Okay,
be
it
that
wasn't
age.
intended, Sean. I promise. It wasn't. I
Catching
swear.
straight.
Like,
40 must be like I don't know. When my parents turned 40, I was like, man, they're still pretty young. And now
Yeah.
I'm like, I felt pretty young.
For sure.
But then the day after we had that flag football game, everybody was like, hey, fellas, good time. Let's run it back again soon. And I was like, yeah. And then on Sunday morning, I sent a text like, never again. Never again. I needed assistance getting my suit on that following
Wow.
morning, man. It was pretty rough, man. It was pretty
that's
rough.
crazy work.
Yeah.
Tell us you don't exercise throughout the week.
Right.
Without
I say
telling
gotta
us
get our
you-
brothers in the gym.
Nah, man. Nah, I don't exercise throughout the week. That's the truth.
And that's the
man.
funny part. It's like everybody there probably don't. Well, probably been Brandon.
Yeah.
But
Brendan,
like
yeah.
Brendan. But it's like everybody in there. I don't know if they work out or not.
Yeah.
But I could have tell. Me on the sideline watching it, I was like, watch these guys be feeling some type of way come tomorrow.
Yeah, man. So y'all keep my brother in your prayers, man. He's on the chat right now. So support. Thanks, Sean. We appreciate you, bro. All right, so this first conversation we're gonna get into, man, was pretty interesting. Ray Lewis had something to say about Shannon Sharpe. So y'all check this out.
Shannon Sharpe, did you think he was one day going to be a good TV guy personality?
Yeah,
So you
Yeah.
knew he was made for TV.
yeah.
And would
Yeah.
he say he's going to do it?
Yeah.
Or
Yes, he had already started prepping.
how much retired did he
He
tell?
been started.
Oh, so he's known he's
Yeah.
going to be doing that.
Yeah.
Us and TV and
No.
him and Skip and Stephen A. All that stuff.
No, I'm not surprised. I'm shocked at his content. I wouldn't in a million years the things that Shannon has said now or did now, I would believe that Shannon would say do any of this.
Like what?
Simply, I take drinking. Shannon, in my entire career, I've never saw Shannon with a drink. Ever. Like it was against the law, right? Because he had some, some stuff in his family that he didn't. And yeah, and then so I kind of started to watch him, and then we kind of went our own separate ways because I'm like, you're gonna take that route. I can't go that route. Never can go that route. And that route is to become so worldly, become popular because you're talking about ignorance, right? A lot of times, a lot of these gossip conversations that they're having and bringing up all this stuff, I'm not going to do that to nobody. I'm not in the business for that. I'm in life to try to teach people what does it mean to be a better man or get back to the kingdom, And a lot of times, and a lot of the guys get in trouble with these podcasts and things, man, because everybody wants the follower, everybody wants to be popular, everybody wants to make money, but that's a tight rope into what you call influence and popularity. Right? The devil has the ability to make you popular. God has the ability to give you influence that when people see you, they see an image of him. And that's the thing for me that started to switch with not just Shannon, but just a couple of people. I'm like, wow, you would switch out like that? Really? And I would never, ever. Why? Because of the respect that I have for my mother, my daughters, my granddaughters, life, period. Like, and I think men, given these new platforms, we've overrode what the platform is actually for. The platform is supposed to help somebody find a new direction. We don't help. Everybody just gets on. Like, everybody's talking now. Everybody got a podcast. Everybody's is the new marriage coach. Everybody's the new relationship coach. And ain't nobody coaching themselves. Because if you were coaching yourself, when it says power of life and death is found in the tongue, then go back and check out a couple of episodes and ask yourself, do you give life or do you give death?
I got nothing bad to say. Because a lot of things when you tolerate it, I'm going to go ahead and say my thing. Whatever transpired, I'll bite my tongue. I'll be the bigger person. I'll walk away. Hey, you right. Because you know why, Ocho? It's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
You know how I know? Because your boy, you looking at him, he low-hanging fruit. And there are a lot of people taking your shot at your boy.
Come on now.
Y'all can have it. Y'all got it. Y'all got me. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. We're going to be all right, Ocho.
Yeah.
That tribute say we're going to be all right.
Yeah, listen, I could have told you that. I could tell you that. I've been telling you that.
Yeah.
So
everybody want to pile on. Everybody jump on now. Hey, we got him down, Ocho. We got him down. The best time to, hey, let me get my lick now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody want to get a lick now because when your boy was doing good, even here, a lot of people that have a whole lot to say. Not everybody got something to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what y'all think about that? What y'all think about what Ray Lewis said about Ocho? I mean about
I'll let y'all go first.
I think to me, if that's your friend or that's your homie, I think that should be a call that you make. And then after the fact, if so he's had Club Shay Shay for what 2 years now, 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, something like that.
So if you've seen him go down that road, you can pull him aside like, bro, what's going on, man? Like, this ain't you. You know what I mean? Based off what you just said, like, this ain't you. What's going on? Like, let's talk about this because this doesn't seem like your character. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then y'all have a conversation. But then after the fact, then it's like, at least he know where I stand. So should I come out and talk to the public about this now? Like, bro, like, yeah, I seen this from a distance. It's not, you know what I mean? He doing too much now, you know, and da-da-da. Because then also, it could be also, too, you're going from a perspective of now, because Ray Lewis is coming from the kingdom perspective. From Shannon perspective, it could be like, see, that's why, see, the church, that they met him being messy, Ray Lewis being messy. Right. But at the same time, Ray is telling the truth. Like, you could have started off good, but now it's kind of going off the railings a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. I think that, I mean, I know they say they've had their beef in the past, but to me, it seems like he really was genuinely concerned about, like, you know, Shannon said in the day, I have that problem. I've had drinkers in my family that have been the reason why I don't drink.
Yeah.
And I saw that downfall and what that looked like. And I was like, man, I don't want to deal with that for myself. And so if he's saying that, yeah, Shannon saw some things growing up that he didn't like about his family, and now he's trying to change that narrative. But then here come the drink sponsors. They want you to drink on, you know, sip on the show. Then now all of a sudden that's what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like that. And that's a worry because, you know, what is it for a man to gain the whole world but to lose his soul? Is like you get to that point and you're starting to say, okay, so they're writing a check for the cognac? Oh, yeah, okay, I'm going to sip on the cognac. Cool. All right. And then you get to that point where they start saying more things to you, and then all of a sudden you look up and you can't recognize yourself. So that to me is a scary thing.
James,
I feel like me and James are the same.
Here we go.
Man, I feel like I feel both sides. I can understand him, quote unquote, being concerned. But once again, I'm like you. That's something you call and you tell
Yeah.
me. We got mutual friends. We can link up. I'm pretty sure y'all can get in contact with one another.
They were teammates.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
I
you
feel
know
like
his
that was-
number.
We just in a generation of clout, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody kind of want to be seen or recognized, so it's just a dangerous game right now. I think also with Shannon, though, some of this stuff you got to just wear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to just eat it. I mean, that come with the game. It's like money. When you in that kind of fast lane getting money, it's like an avalanche. Whether you on a higher scale or lower scale, you doing something you don't have no business doing for money, you easily get lost in that. That momentum get to going, you stop thinking irrationally. You just start thinking about money, money, money. Now you over here with the OnlyFans chick, you know what I'm saying? Now you over here sponsoring liquor. Now you over here doing this, and it's like, you'll turn around and be like, man, like, you'll lose yourself.
Yeah.
So I think he got to eat this. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he has some warnings. I know his brother, and his brother Sterling, he ain't on all that hoorah. So Sterling probably like, Shannon, you know, chill out. You know what I'm saying? He has some other people in the circle saying, hey, chill out. You're going a little too fast. And it's easy to see accountability as hatred when you feel like you winning and you at a more successful level than the people that's around you. But now, this what happened. You know, pride come before the fall.
Yeah.
So now it's like you got to eat that. Now everybody going to have that hindsight of like, oh, man, I tried to tell him, or he don't need to do this. Like, it's just part of what happened when you up and when you down. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Ray, his issues in the past to where, you know, he's not necessarily the person that need to be coming out blasting somebody publicly. He should be showing the same kind of grace that he wanted, because you were up for murder. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you beat it. But during that time, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want folks kicking you and all that kind of stuff. So
I guess the question is, how do you give wisdom to somebody that may feel like you're hating? Because the response from Shannon felt like more, see, they're kicking us down, Ocho.
Yeah.
Like, and it wasn't like what Ray was saying was extremely wrong. But for me, I would have called him and let
that's how
him
you
know
do it. Off the camera.
Yeah.
The camera. I can say something to you right now.
Yeah.
And we have a conversation, be like, man, I received that. If I come on the show like, yeah, I was telling Jeremiah, you need, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, the whole tone switch. So I think the camera, it's like a drug, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I just was saying now it feels like clout. Because you said it online. Now I can see if he reached out to him a few times and he didn't respond. Now I'm going taking it public because I feel like I'm pressed or compelled to give you this message. But we have to understand that relation and relation matters. Relationship equity matters as well. So it's like if you don't have that rapport with them, that you can only say what you can say. They may not be listening to you anyway. But I think a good thing to what you said is just these small compromises that happen along the way. And that's why we have to be disciplined. And that's why we have to, I'm trying to think of the best word to say it. We have to be vigilant. And we have to pay attention because we thinking, oh, like you said, I'm going to take this little sip time to time. Now I've had this successful show. I'm doing so many episodes. And now I'm going from taking 2 sips a show to drinking 2 glasses a show. It's like the little compromises when, you know, personally, that's something that's in your family. That may be a generational curse. So we got to be vigilant and when those things come. But one thing I do love, because like you said, the Lord, if you're a child of God that's really after the Lord and after the kingdom and your heart is really towards him, he's not going to let you just fall out of nowhere. You're not just going to fall off the mountain. He sends many prophets to warn you. But the thing is, like you said, pride comes before the fall. But sometimes when we're in pride, we may mistake correction for condemnation. So it's like we always need to check our hearts. And I was just talking to my mom, honestly, on the way here about that. It's like, okay, because I saw a video about the difference between discomfort and danger and how we need to take a pause and take a moment, because if you're always running from discomfort, you're going to run from growth as well. And you may misinterpret growth for danger. So in this sense, you're going to, and if you're filtering through pride, you may So you'll end up thinking somebody's coming for you when they're really correcting you in love.
How much is this Cat Williams' fault? Because prior to no, I'm serious. How much was this like? And this is for anybody to answer. Like prior to Cat Williams on Club Shay Shay.
Yeah.
Club Shay Shay was just a interview, me talking, we just dialoguing about your life. I'm asking you questions. That interview is the biggest interview of all time on YouTube, right? How much the sponsors came to him like, hey, if you give us some more Cat Williams type interviews, we got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much did that dictate what he was going to do with Club Shay Shay?
You know, Kat did say that 2025 was a year of exposure, right?
Yeah.
I didn't think that he knew that applied to Shannon Sharpe as well.
Yeah.
Now, wherever he got that revelation from, that's between him and God. But, you know, my background is in media and in entertainment industry. And what I do know is that the higher you go, the sponsors, the promoters, the exposures, the branding, everything wants to be attached to what's on the rise. But one thing about the spotlight, it exposes your glory, it exposes your gifts, but it also exposes your weaknesses as well. And I think that a lot of times when your career is catapulted so fast, because Club Shay Shay it has been around that long. But like you said, that Cat Williams interview, it took it over the moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he was prepared for some of the things of his past to just come back and creep like that. A lot of times we don't expect that exposure to happen, but that's what the enemy does.
Yeah.
You know, just put a clock on it. So, yeah, that Cat Williams interview, it definitely, it changed him in more ways than one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I was kind of waiting to see if somebody was gonna tap in. First of all, that's not your man's. Like, cause to air him out like that, it sounds like to me they really not cool like that.
Yeah.
Like that was like, I'm gonna get this message through to you through this media, because whether you not answering the calls, I don't know. I don't want to make the assumption that Ray didn't reach out to him. But, you know, sometimes you don't answer calls from people that ain't really your people, though.
Right.
Like, so it could be like, it could come off like accountability. I don't think Ray did anything or said anything particularly wrong. But I think that sometimes we got to ponder on the motivation behind the thing. Because it's not like Ray came up with this answer. Somebody asked him the question, and he kind of just took it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, oh, yeah, I'm finna dunk this. So, you know, Shannon is probably thinking like, yo, you, okay. So it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? I thought we was cool, but it removed all doubt. Another thing I was thinking is like, Shay never really created a platform that was based on righteousness at all.
Right.
Like, he never presented like
He was
a Christian at all.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, I grew up in the church, but I kind of moved this way and my brother moved this way. So it was kind of like, for lack of a better phrase, it sounded like a little bit of projection on Ray's part. It was kind of like, well, if I was in that position, knowing what I know about me, I wouldn't have did that. So I'm going to hold you to that same standard. And it kind of had me like, dang, like, if you know you're dealing with a non-believer, you're holding them to a standard of righteousness in this regard. And, of course, if you do that, it tells me that I'm not sure how much evangelism Ray be doing. Because you talking to dead people to give them life. You know what I'm saying? And instead of saying like, hey, there's probably a reason why you do this thing, there's an answer for this, it was like, well, this is the right thing to do, so this is what you need to do. And I was like, dang, Ray. Like, I'm not even saying Ray said anything wrong. I think sometimes it's application. Sometimes it's like, maybe you could have went a different route.
Right.
Maybe it never would have sat. You know, maybe it never would have stuck. But at the end of the day, it did feel like a little clout chasey. I'm not even going to lie. Because Shay never, like, Ray even held him to a standard of who he was when they were teammates. Like, we talking like 25 years ago. He was like, yo, you never drunk. And it's like, I was in the league, dog. Like, it was 25 years ago. He was like, and I'm not getting drunk on my show. Like, I got a cognac. I'm like, hey, you want to take a glass with me? Cool. And that's it. And Ray is like, no, when you get that platform, this is what you don't do. And I was like, dang, Ray, like, that ain't your man. Like, there's no way that's your guy.
They're still cool
doing that. Like, and if they were cool, they not no more. Like, not going about it like that. Because that was on Patrick Bet-David show, right?
Yeah.
Jeez. Like, you pick one of the biggest ones.
podcast. Yeah.
Like, to drag your maybe perceived friend. Maybe Shay thought they were cooler than they were. And Ray was just like, nah, it ain't that.
It's two things, man. For one, it's a better way to answer the question. You know, they asked you the question. You didn't have to go in like that.
He went in.
You can say, man, it's rather unfortunate what he's going through. Hate to see it, you know what I'm saying?
You mean
like
me
he was doing
politically
well.
correct?
You know
with
what I'm
his
saying?
answer?
Yeah. Just
kind. Like,
I don't think it was rude. I don't think
But
what he
this the
said was
thing.
rude.
Obviously, I think they've been kind of throwing jabs at each other. in the
Right.
past. So this obviously we not cool. So don't use this as an opportunity if you're supposed to be this Christian now. You know what I'm saying? Don't use this as an opportunity to berate somebody and tear them down on camera if you don't have that
disagree.
relationship. Sometimes, the thing we forget sometimes it's not meant for us to speak into every situation.
Yeah.
Like if it's somebody I'm not cool with and they ask me a question about it, I should be savvy enough to say, you know what, man, I hate to see what's happening to him. It's an unfortunate situation. I'm praying for everybody involved and just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to give extensive dialogue on everything.
Man, he kicked his back end. Like, it was,
No, he didn't. I don't think he kicked his back end.
like, hey, we scrapping for real. Like, if I see, because they not small dudes. Like,
Yeah.
neither one of
Nah, they
them.
big
So,
boys.
like,
Yeah.
if I see you, like, being that you did it like that when you could have called me, I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, hey,
My money's on Ray on the fight though.
maybe he a wrestler. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
but that
just-
stand-up game might be a little different.
All he
You
had to
never
do is
know.
just run at him like he used to run in the league, man.
Somebody
It's-
can get tapped in the face. I got to run.
But
Side tap.
my question is this: Is Shannon not slowly? Is he becoming the new Wendy Williams? Is his show getting to the point where?
No, because he's not slandering people like Wendy
Yeah.
did.
But what he does is he will have an interview with somebody that talks bad about somebody, and then bring that person on to talk bad about the other person.
Comedians.
You got, you know, he's had Cedric the Entertainer on talking about Cat talking about Cedric the Entertainer, Cat talking about what's his name, Steve Harvey coming back talking about Cat. So it's like he's going back and forth with the drama and bringing all the gossip back and forth like that.
But you understand like how social media works. Like once you get your formula, you run with your formula.
You do.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like if before Cat Williams, if he's like, hey, I'm sitting down with Steve Harvey, I'm sitting down with this person, I'm sitting down with this person, and it's just a calm interview, and you know it just only hits like a certain few people, then you go, okay, this is my formula. But then when you see your other form, when Cat come in, and then that formula blows up, and you go, oh snap! So getting dirt on other people, maybe my guest talking about other people, and they go viral, and this is
the
my new formula.
Formula's not always right. He has an opportunity to be the mediator in this situation.
But then also, kind of like Jared just said, we're holding him to a standard that he is not a Christian.
Well, didn't he? Okay, so y'all remember when he had Ty Tribbett on for the live performance, right? And that's the same time he had on Kel Mitchell.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like the whole thing? The whole thing was about like godly transition for that whole conversation.
Having a
he
conversation.
claims to be a Christian.
But I'm saying having a conversation about something and being something is totally different things.
So my thing is this: I always unfollow a podcast whenever I feel like the host is going toward the guest opinion. Like they're completely abandoning what they believe in to go toward that opinion.
Yeah.
I've said that a couple of times on the show that's why I stopped listening to a lot of podcasts. And so for me, it's like you'll be a Christian when you have Christian guests, or you'll be somewhat, I guess, righteous when you have Christian guests. But then when you have like the raunchy folks on, you just go with what they want to hear. So to me, it's like that's what makes podcasting dangerous to me. Is like you're gonna just
Sounds
be
to me like a person void of a foundation. Though.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if
Yeah.
you're willing to be a chameleon to whoever is on the other side of the microphone, I think that points to the fact that he may not be a believer in that regard.
Yeah.
Because it's like there's too much amenability
Yeah.
to the people that are coming onto your show.
Yeah.
Like maybe he just sees it as an entertainment platform instead of anything other than that.
Yeah, I don't think he looks at it as his ministry.
Right.
Oh,
Because like when you assimilate or you're a chameleon to, oh, this person's on, so I'm going to be this way. And I'm not at all implying that that's what he does. I don't watch the show that much, but I mean, there is a way that you want your guests to feel comfortable without assimilating and becoming them. You know, you're in this world, but you're not of this world.
Right.
And just like he said, the foundation, like maybe those fruits aren't quite developed. We don't know where he is in his journey. Maybe he's still figuring it out. Is he a new believer? I mean, just because you were brought up in a church or your grandmother took you to church doesn't make you a Christian.
No, we know it.
Right?
To me, it feels like
I had a dude who said he was deacon when I was in seminary school. He said, "Where's the book of Moses?"
Oh, God.
I said, "Hey, hold up, hold up, dog. Like, you a what?" Like, and I had to pause. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
"Nah, I can't." I can't go at OG like that.
That's
but
all
like,
right.
like,
But that's why we have to be slow to speak and quick to pray.
Yep.
And just learning how to, just kind of just like, it's unfortunate because a lot of people get out of hell card. They get saved and it stops there. A lot of people get saved, but then they don't get pastored. And then when they're not properly pastored, they're not properly discipled. And then so it just kind of stops there. It's a never ending thing until we go to glory. Like we can't just get them saved, do an altar call, and then expect them to figure it out.
Right.
Like no.
I think that also brings us to the understanding of just being at the altar and saying, I received Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior does not necessarily mean you are saved.
Okay.
I think that did brings, to expound on that or whatever, because back in the day when Jesus was around, it was conjoined as an understanding of when I believe, my actions follow. My life follows this. I'm pursuing this. Nowadays, it's like, if I just say it and confess it, and my confession is apart from my actions and my lifestyle, I'm saved. We got to read the Bible again because it don't say that.
Right.
It don't say that.
We got a super chat from Charlie D. Public figure, public message. I believe Ray was making a statement for other young men who are watching. And I say that all the time, too. I say that, celebrities bother me when they say something that's out of pocket and they know they have a big audience, a big platform of people listening to them and taking their word as the gospel. So that always bothers me.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that, but I think we got to stop being discipled by social media. Like a lot of us, like it's crazy.
Okay.
How was that? You know what I mean? I guess,
Let's get
but
to the grits.
yeah, like a lot of, and I get it. I get it. But is it his fault that the vast majority, and I get it, we're responsible when you have a platform. I get it. But he's another imperfect person, just like Ray is. You know what I mean? So it's like, and whatever they got going on, that's between them. I don't think Ray was necessarily wrong in what he said, and I believe that he said it as not just for him. I believe he was making a general statement for believers as a whole, and it just so happened that they asked him about him because they didn't bring him up. He didn't bring him up. The guy asked him about him, right? So I mean,
I heard the pain in Shannon's voice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that
He was
hurt.
like, you got it.
But
Like, I was
correction
like,
never feels good.
Dang.
Context is everything.
Correction, it never feels good.
Context
That's
is
real.
everything, though.
That's real.
If we didn't have a past where it might have been, kind of sketchy, and you said that, then I'm like, you know what? Okay, I can receive that. But if we've had words before, which in history they have had words back and forth, like that changed the whole context of the statement.
Yeah.
It's one. So the whole take of maybe he's talking to the generation. Nah, he's talking to Shannon. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
low
saying?
key,
But
Shay took the high road for real. Like I was
he
like,
did. I was surprised.
He did.
Oh,
I was
like-
surprised about that.
And Shannon didn't say he was no Christian like you were saying before. One show I watched, he was like, Ocho was like, man, I got a nice Christian girl for you, man. He like, nah, I want to.
yeah, he said,
like, nah,
yeah,
I want to
he
send
wanted
her
the porn
Ocho.
star.
I said, I want to
Like,
send her.
yeah, he
And
really
you
did.
see
And
what the
that's his
center got him.
problem.
You know what I'm saying? You see what the
Yeah.
center got him. So I'm not saying that Ray is wrong with nothing, but I'm just saying, like, the man, he made his bed. He got to lay in it. Like, you don't got to come and air him out, though. That's something he got to deal with.
I think I have heard him say he's a Christian, though. But
I think he
If
said
you
he was
cool with
raised
that,
in the
then
church.
we cool with Marcus
Which
Rogers.
you know, ain't the
Everybody
same.
says
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Anybody who's not another
Oh,
religion.
for sure. Like,
I'm not Muslim, so that means I'm Christian. I'm not
Yeah.
this. I'm
What's
not
the
that.
difference between that and Marcus Rogers?
I feel like the conversation he had with Ty, I got to go back and watch the interview with Ty Tribbett. The conversation I think he had with Ty Tribbett, I think he said he was a Christian.
I think you know
he
what's so
might
funny?
be, but you know, it's a lot of cultural Christians out
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, it's
He
like
may very well be.
I ain't Islam.
But I
you know what I'm
think
saying?
I
I'm
think
not
he
Buddhist.
also
My grandma
I
took
grew
me
up
to
in
church a couple times.
I must be a Christian.
I think like what you said, James. I did see where he said that too. It's like, man, give me. He said, I don't want a girl
Oh,
reading
yeah.
the Bible. I want a sinner. I think
he
he pokes
did.
fun at Christians a lot too.
He
I think he
does.
pokes fun at God a lot.
Oof. And then you wonder why.
Yeah.
But I
So
think
to see Ray go that way, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But
It
I'm
does.
like, that was not your man.
I
Like,
think
going that wasn't your friend.
I think the OnlyFans thing, was weird to me because it feels like it came out, we were all disappointed, and then everybody just got over it. Is that how it works now, where you don't have any accountability for it? It's like I threw money at the problem and it goes away, and you're still like me and you still watch me. Like I mean, I'm not gonna say what I really feel, but I feel that way about some Yeah, I'll say that. That's a different story.
Oh,
but
okay. I thought you was about to go there.
I'll go there. I'll go there. I feel that way about Chris Brown. You know, when we saw what happened to Rihanna.
You mean Briss Brown? Briss Brown. Like, Briss Brown.
Yeah. When that happened to Rihanna, I was like, yo, like, I can't forgive that. I can't unsee that.
But here's the problem.
I got 3 daughters.
But here's the problem. Then that equivalents you to God.
No. I'm not going to his concert.
No,
That's what I'm
I get
about.
that. But what I'm saying is, do you have your heart to forgive anybody that you feel offended by? You get what I'm saying? Like some people,
that's 20-year-old Chris.
Yeah, that's
but that's still.
And he's what, 37 now?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, God,
I don't know, man.
I get it. No, I get it. Everybody's got their threshold, right?
Yeah.
There's some things that somebody can do. Now, granted, God will forgive them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't commit this sin against me per se, but it's like I might feel some type of way about it. Like, but hey, that's between you and God. It sounds like your position is I'll never patronize somebody who crossed that line.
It seems like fame has something to do with how we forgive, because Ray Rice did the same thing, just probably lost his job, and we forgot about him.
No, the world kicked Ray Rice.
They kicked his back.
Here's the thing.
I'm
gonna tell you the difference. Here's the difference. The difference between Ray Rice and Chris Brown was we saw the picture of Rihanna. We saw what Ray Rice did.
Actually do it on camera.
And that's 2 different things. You can imagine what happened in that car because you've seen the picture, but you could see what happened with Ray Rice.
For sure.
And Ray Rice was a football player. Like, he never played football again.
I know.
Like, that's why you're not going to hear about him.
We canceled him.
You canceled him.
Canceled him.
He was cancel culture before cancel culture.
And a lot of folks stopped fooling with Chris Brown.
Yeah, they still do. If you ever see a video comment section, like there's always somebody in there talking about you beat on a girl, you a domestic abuser. It hasn't left.
It ain't gonna go away. It's like if you have millions of fans, if you still got 500,000, it's still a lot of people. You feel
he
what
just
I'm saying?
committed. Like he grinded it out, and a lot of people didn't get that luxury.
And some of the young folks don't even know.
And then
about
she
it.
did a song with him afterwards, right?
No, let's go deeper. She got back with him after that.
Yeah.
And there's always 2 sides to the story.
Correct.
And I mean, I'm not going to say too much, but, because of my brothers, like what, but it's always 2 sides to the stories, and it's never okay for anybody to put their hands on anybody, male or female. Never. And, it's because I have nephews that I love dearly. I have a nephew that is soon to be 20 that's in college, and I know him, right? But he's 19, about to be 20, but he's still a kid.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm looking at him like, oh, I seen him jack his sister up. That's 16. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've seen that. And it's not okay. And we don't know what that pressure's like on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know I don't know because I wasn't there. Yeah. I'm just saying that I don't condone it at all. Yeah. You know what I mean? I have nieces and nephews that are both kind of there, and I'm just kind of like, stop hitting your brother. Stop doing that, because he's gonna retaliate on you. Yeah. Like, you can't. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that.
And they got a lot of the world early.
They
got a lot of influence and power.
They did
early.
They did.
Like, CB was 16, coming as a 15, turning 16. Yeah. And by the time he was 19, he was the guy.
Yeah.
Like, it was over with. Yeah. Like, he was able to get into places that minors shouldn't be able to get into. Like, he was able to get into clubs he shouldn't have been able to get access to because of who he was. And same with Rihanna, though. Like, she was able, they both had a power that I personally believe, like 19-year-olds without any kind of authority or supervision should not have that kind of access. Like, but they had perceivable power, and it was like, yo, I'm driving a fast car. She done got mad at me. She's swinging, and I'm swinging it. Cameras. It's over with. Everybody was like, he's done. And I'm like, man, I think what's happened to CB is he's been given a little bit of grace in this regard. Like, 15 years later, they're like, oh, okay, well, we haven't seen or heard anything else. It's like, maybe he has turned the other leaf.
You haven't seen anything else. Because I feel like after the whole Michael Jackson thing, tribute at the BET Awards, all of us was like, okay, you
that was the empathy. Yeah, that was the empathy moment.
All right. But
cried.
I'm not a fan like that, but I still have seen things over the years to where he's still been, like, I haven't seen him beat nobody like Rihanna, like he did Rihanna. But I have seen incidents where he definitely got anger issues, and he snatching people up and snatching stuff out of women's hands and their phones and throwing their stuff and breaking
Brown
it.
come out.
So it's like, baby, we trying to forgive you, but you don't seem like you changing.
I think it's deeper than that. I think that,
fatherlessness.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of things, right?
Seeing domestic violence as a kid.
Yeah, like that. Like that's why it's really, 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 it's a tough situation because nobody as a kid, like he never said, I want to grow up and be a famous star, and then I want to fight a girl. I want to beat a girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he didn't wake up that day and say, I'm gonna do. Like that's not.
Right.
There's some kind of attachment, some kind of spirit that's there, that's lingering.
That's real.
That's I don't know, the root of it, but like let's do root knowledge. Like what's the why? Even for Rihanna, like she's from Barbados. Like
dirt.
There's a thing that's there, right? And these kids are thrusted into superstardom at such an early age. Yeah. Let's not forget about all the artist development that a lot of them go through before they actually make it.
100%.
Let's not forget that Chris
or lack
Brown,
thereof,
yeah, Chris Brown wanted to sign a Diddy years before he actually got on. So he was out for
wisdom.
And by the mercy of God,
oh God,
that rejection was protection.
Yeah.
Respect.
We'll come back to that conversation later on down the line. Revisit that.
Can I say one more thing for you, Switch?
Yeah.
But all of that is true. But I do believe at a certain time and at a certain age, the responsibility falls on us.
Absolutely.
I understand all the generational curses that I have. I understand my background. He grew up in domestic violence. Yeah. So unfortunately, sometimes when you're in the seat of that, you end up replicating what you've seen. But at some point, like in that situation, you have to make a decision. I need help, and I need to don't just say it, because he said all the things. I'm saying all the things. I'm going to get help. I need this and this and that. And still years are going by and you're still doing aggressive behavior towards women.
I feel that.
It's like, get the therapy, get the anger management. Like, you got the money.
That's real.
Get it together.
All that's band-aids. All this is broken spiritness. It's like
but I'm saying, but therapy is
deliverance.
Yeah, it's like that's like I think, and I am therapy, but I'm therapy in God. Like therapy and all these, all these other things is just like topical creams on something that's a viral that's coming from the inside out. Like yes, it'll soothe it temporarily, but let's do the real work. Like he can't do it by himself. If he could do it, if anybody could do it, like I never met a crackhead that wanted to be a crackhead. Oh, I mean, one did kind of say. Well, never mind. But you know what I mean?
There's always an exception.
Yeah, no. It was like, I love it. I was like, okay, praise the Lord, but here you go. Let's just anyway, but
Chris Brown, like, how in the world I get in this topic?
I know, right? All right, so we're gonna
thanks, Ryan.
Shut up, Chris.
I know.
God bless you, brother. Both of them.
I didn't expect it to go there. I did not expect it to go there. So this next conversation, man, is interesting because Carl Lentz is saying, try Beyonce for yourself. Before you judge, before you go out there, get your own experience. So let's react to that and see what we think.
I went to a Beyonce concert with Charlie. And before I went for myself, I was going just to see exactly when Satan himself comes through the floor and begins to conduct an orchestra of demons. And then they sacrifice children and do satanic rituals, because I have a terrible algorithm right now on some of the social media that I see, and it's all just really annoying Christians saying things that are ridiculous. And there's like this whole thread about Beyonce, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I mean, I'm gonna go see this, but I need some holy water, and I need to make sure that people know I'm in there in case I don't come out, because the devil's in there. Like Beyonce's concert, it was such an awesome concert.
Yeah.
My experience with the Beyonce concert was me and Charlie danced for 2.5 hours. We laughed, and we had the time of our lives. If there's stuff happening on the stage that I don't agree with or want to see, do you know what I did? I didn't watch. I just watched the game on my phone, and there weren't that many of them. She's got songs that I don't theologically align with. I just don't listen to them. It's not a big deal, but my experience leads me to have my own opinion. As I watch people opine about the perils of listening to Beyonce, cool. I respect your opinion. I respect your experience, but you're not going to tell me what my experience is going to be. And so we got to enjoy a whole night with Beyonce as a creative person. That our whole family. I mean, it was like it was like a dopamine crack house. I mean, to look at that and go, how does she do this? How is she floating above the crowd? Why does she have movies made? In the middle of her set transitions, we're watching full-length movies, and Charlie's a dancer, so she's watching this perfect choreography, and it was just so fun. Point. Form your own opinion, please. Get your own experience, get your own opinion. Use other people's experience as data. Cool, do that. But if you're letting that be the thing that drives you, it's a very hollow, shallow life because you don't have any of your own experiences. And a lot of people live their
All right, what y'all think about that conversation? We're gonna start with Shania.
Yeah, go ahead. Hang on this one.
Get it, girl.
Of course you had a good time. Of course the lights were flashing. The choreography was on point. The outfit, she was in the air. Because sin is fun. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be exhilarating. It's supposed to distract you from the goodness of God. Of course, it's okay to just listen to music that you don't align with, even though subconsciously you're getting, you're approving what it's saying and it's getting into your subconscious and in your spirit, and it's going to influence your decisions over time. So yeah, get your own opinion. But I thought with the word of God, we're supposed to be living our life led by the Spirit because the sons of God are led by the Spirit of God. So I don't have an opinion. God gives me my opinion. So it's like compromise. The whole thing, I just was like, this is compromise on compromise on compromise on compromise. And if we keep taking the sugar-coated poison, when you end up in hell or end up before the Lord, you cannot get in there before him and be like, but Lord, it was fun. What you think he's going to say to you?
Yeah.
It's like, let's stop. Let's stop it.
Shania cooking.
I'm sorry.
She's putting all the extra spices in this chicken.
First of all, I ain't never been to a Beyonce concert, so
Neither have
just
I.
put that disclaimer out there.
I saw you on the Netflix. You was there.
No,
Oh,
that wasn't me. That was Kel Mitchell. That was Chris Rock. That was anybody else. So I guess the question that we got to ask ourselves is, what's the line, right? Because that's what it sounds like Carl is trying to establish. What is the line, right? And it sounds like the line in the sand that he's drawing is, hey, I can watch this, have a problem. Maybe you shouldn't, if that's the, but ask ourselves is like, there are people who genetically, biologically have tolerance for alcohol than somebody who maybe is higher than that of, somebody who's not a teacher, right? So like you have to understand that whether or not your intention is to tell people to think for themselves, you're also telling people to be okay with the idea that if you tiptoe into this thing, you may or may not find yourself in trouble, but consider it for yourself. Like, what if they do go to this Beyonce concert because of your cosign, thinking, hey, yeah, let me figure it out for myself. And then they find out about African spirituality, African ancestry. They start talking about demonic, impartation. They start talking about things that otherwise they would have never even been exposed to had you not spoken about it. Like, respectfully, that kind of blood is on your hands. You know what I'm saying? Because you gave it a cosign. Like you said, and you put it under the veil of like talent and excellence. It's like, oh no, that dancing was there's excellent dancing Christians. Like there's excellent dancing and execution in many other mediums that do not promote certain things, right? So it's like, all right, Carl, you know, like I'm kind of at that place. I'm like, all right, God gonna deal with you, my boy. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if that's the thing you want to hang your hat on, man, like.
I think the question goes, does he know that though? And I think the problem is for certain people. No. Understand what I'm saying? No, I'm saying does he? And I'm not trying to give him what he. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying does he know about what she believes in? Because I think from his perspective, he may be thinking like, oh, it's just Beyonce, whereas we who knows and hearing what she's saying knows like, oh, that's false god worship she's saying. But he's like, oh, it's just entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And that's
have theology that he don't agree with.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like I think for him, he's coming from a perspective of which, and this is the thing that we as believers have to have that conversation about of when somebody's theology off, is it influential or is it just off?
This is the thing. It's two things going on. For one, Carl Lentz has shown in the past, not to judge him for his past mistakes, but as far as character and mentality, he's shown a thirst for the spotlight. Like, this man was
he wanted back
and loose boundaries.
Yeah, loose boundaries. He was preaching in supreme outfits and rare shoes, and nobody like he wants to be seen and recognized. Yeah. So off the bat, the first thing I'm thinking is he's going to take a controversial take just because we're doing what we're doing right now. We're talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing. The second thing, as a pastor, in 2025, with all these different winds of doctrine and Yoruba spirituality going on and Hebrew Israelites going on and all these different things going on, if you're not well-versed enough to be prepared for people to come to your church or your ministry who believe in these things and know how to effectively minister to these people, you don't need to be on no podcast. You need to be somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to be somewhere studying.
But is this a cultural thing? Because he, like, and that's what I'm asking.
You shooting them some crazy bail, my boy.
No, like, I'm not trying. No, Jared, listen. I'm not trying to bail him out. I'm not. I'm just saying from our white brothers and sisters, would they say, oh, Beyonce's fine? Because I remember seeing a pastor a couple years ago was like, a white pastor, famous white pastor was like, why y'all throwing away rock music? It's AC/DC, it's this, it's that. It's like y'all making it. He's like y'all making it bigger than what it was.
That's what we said a minute ago about Chris Brown. Though people are choosing their preferences and they making excuses for the things that they really like.
Yeah,
like, they really like rock music. Like it's obvious satanic worship and a lot of that 70s and 80s rock. Like it was people doing satanic rituals in the studio while they were doing. The man for the Satanic Church, Anton LaVey, he was standing on one of their album covers. You know what I'm saying? 100%. So like it's obvious satanic. So so if you can come and just make an excuse for that lets me know that you'll choose your preference over the truth. Yeah. And so the same thing going on with Carl. It's like you're a pastor.
It sounds like willful ignorance to me also. Yeah. It's like I don't want to know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
That's exactly what it is.
I don't want. I'm gonna just go.
Yeah.
Like,
or I'm just gonna say whatever I need to say to go viral. Like that's Carl Lentz. That's what he's talking. That's what he's showing himself to do.
He got it.
I've had this conversation with a friend and it didn't go well. She was telling me about being at the Beyonce concert and how it was an experience like she had never experienced before. And I was like, And I said, kind of like how you should feel when you're in the presence of the Lord. She was like, don't say that, Ryan. It's not like that. And I said, it's exactly like that. I said, if you're telling me you've had an experience that you've never had before, you've gone somewhere and you've watched this person at a stage with your arms raised up and you're saying that you had an experience like you've never had before, shouldn't that be how you feel when you get in the presence of the Lord? And she just got so upset. And it was like probably the last time we had a conversation, but I wasn't trying to be that person in that moment. I was just asking the question because she asked me how I felt about her going to the concert.
Oh, she asked.
She asked my opinion.
So it wasn't an unsolicited.
Oh yeah. Because she had seen a conversation we had with Track Stars about it and was like, I disagree. And she was like, but why? She's like,
so she just wanted smoke and didn't like the answer.
Exactly. And so
the answer was
that
change.
was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
she was like,
so
she was gonna convince you otherwise. Like, nah, I've been there.
Right. Well, because she was basically telling me like, I'm just gonna pretend like that stuff doesn't exist when they talk about the Yoruba spirit and they talk about all that kind of stuff. And I was like, you can't pretend that.
Yeah, that's
you do. Movies and TV shows.
Do it all type of entertainment.
Do it all
you
time.
do. You do.
So it's something about a music concert though, like that just there's a different atmosphere setting. Like, granted, at movie theater, sometimes they got soundtracks to build up tension. Like, all of that stuff has a connection to the human experience, though, right? So it's like your hair standing up on your arms. Like, one of the things that I looked at I Am Legend, right? I saw the movie I Am Legend. And one of the things that made the movie so scary to me was it was no music. It was just silence. So when it was something dangerous, he was like, I just hear this man breathing. I'm scared too. Like, where the dog? If she's creating similar experiences at her live show, you can't tell me there's nothing that's happening, because that's not how it's built. It's built to make you feel something. It's created to make you have a connection and experience.
I think that we're built and created for worship. Right?
Yeah.
Like, our bodies, if you think about the way that the Lord has us crafted, right? Our voice, vocal cords, strings, instruments, strings, our hands, percussion, clap, right? We're music. Wind instruments, our breath, right? So we're designed for worship. That's how we're made. And so as far as protecting your ear gates with what you're hearing, concerts, and it's so crazy. So crazy. I was actually assistant tour manager on a few tours, so it's you're when you're building a tour, in mind you're already set to hit all senses that you can, what they see, what they hear, what they smell, the experience. So when all senses are being stimulated, it does create an experience. Like, that's a real thing. So with your friend saying, yo, I felt something that I never felt before, right? So, and she very well may have felt that because of the way that it's designed. And a lot of churches are starting to adapt that with even the way that their sanctuaries are set up. Like, a lot of sanctuaries, and now they're having the smoke, they're having the lights, they're having the this, because they're, you know what I mean? It's an interesting dynamic. And I did not go to, her last few concerts. I have been to 2 in the past. The first one I actually worked on, the Dangerously in Love tour with, I think it was Beyonce, Tamia, Alicia Keys, and Missy Elliott, the very first one. And it's just it changed. I think that was the first one, and then the second one I went to, I wasn't working that one. A friend invited me. This was, I think it was the one right before the one her and Jay-Z did. And I said, I can't go to another one. I don't know why, but I was just like, I can't go to another one. And the very first one, I was young. I started in radio when I was 18, so I didn't, we would have to go do certain stuff. But I don't know. It's just, what your friend felt is real, because it's designed to make you do that. You know what I'm saying? Everything's marketing. Everything is to create what we call it the lollipop method. Put the lollipop in the baby's mouth, let them taste it sweet, and you pull it out. And they'll start craving more. So, I mean, she probably really did say, I felt something that I never felt before.
They got a whole Netflix documentary about this.
Y'all
seen
the
one
I saw you
World
on.
documentary?
Oh,
yeah. Y'all seen it? Like, these people be turned. Like, and
Right.
they trampled each other.
Yeah.
And people were like, help. And these people were like, it looked like a pathway to hell on the stage. You know what I mean? Like, so to say that, oh, I got nothing out of it, is if you're a person of the faith, right?
Yeah.
And you got nothing out of it at all.
I'm good.
Now I got questions. Like,
No, but he got something out of it, because he said it's something.
It's like, I was dancing.
No, he said something that he's like, something she said theology-wise I didn't agree with.
But what you mean when you say I didn't look at the stage? You already there.
Right.
Yeah. He said the things I didn't agree with,
you gonna silence the room?
I didn't look at.
Like, you there, my boy?
Already in
So
there.
is he talking about like her outfit? Is he talking about her arms being raised a certain way? Is he seeing something that he thinks could be
right? And when do you
straddling
know to
the
put your
fence?
eyes back up on the stage? Like, at what point somebody like, hey, it's over? Like, like somebody tap you on the shoulder. Like, what you mean?
She's dressed
Like,
again. She's dressed again.
Don't
But
look
that's
no
a
more.
good question, though. What did you see at the concert that made you look away and that made you not feel comfortable?
And why is that cool?
should've been
To
it.
like keep watching.
Exactly.
Right,
What
right.
did you see, bro? Because if it's just lights and dance and glamour and choreography, well, what did you see that you had to tune out and look away from?
Yeah.
This is what we need to be talking about.
Yeah.
and you sending God's people there.
That interview ain't asked the right questions. That's his
podcast.
But then you gotta look at who church he on staff at.
Well, whose church is he on staff at?
Then he on Michael Todd's staff.
Now?
Oh.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we talking about when bruh had the whole concert with the people dancing and all the stuff that was under a lot of criticism and all that. Like,
the Easter
yeah, all that. Like, I mean, however you feel about it, that's the kind of that's where we at. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
you know how you just like at your friend's house and petting the dog when they getting cussed out? Like, that's what this feel like.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, so
this man gonna say the name.
I can't help. I don't be caring, but I'm sitting here thinking, like, man,
slow
like,
to speak, quick to pray. That's my motto. I don't want to.
I'll be like, how many churches are like this?
sisters.
You know what I'm saying? How many churches we come in, we get some entertainment, some stuff
All right,
going
my
on.
boy.
We need to close our eyes to while we in church. I've been to a few churches. I wish I would have closed my eyes and was like, I don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? So
Bro, Steph, I didn't know he was under.
Yeah.
So when I see now, it's the same thing going on. We got a generation like the pastor that came out a few weeks ago that said premarital sex went wrong.
Right.
Like we have people who are slowly just
that was a
falling
thing
away.
for real? Like, I thought people. I thought that was like some
And
social
he
media
done
stuff.
doubled down on several different shows. Yeah.
Oh, that ain't no pastor, man. That ain't no pastor.
So it's
Sit
like
down, bro.
You just seeing pastors who care more about being relevant and standing on the truth.
Can you imagine the
call it
kids
what it
sitting in
is.
the congregation that heard
Oh
that
no,
was
that's
like,
that's the thing. I was at a youth conference one year when I was like
2:00.
I was in I was in middle school. I was a chaperone, and this lady said, if he ain't fit to pray with him, he ain't fit to lay. I said, these kids is 11, 12, and 13.
Dang.
Why are you saying that? Like, so you about to tell 11-year? Oh no, it's cool. He prays with me. Like, it's like, wait a minute now. Like, you saying the wrong thing to the wrong people at the wrong time. Go sit down somewhere, please. Like, don't do that no more. Respect. Respect.
Man.
Well, I just said you dealing with a generation of people, pastors, whoever it is, like this social media stuff, man, and just that. Like, I've seen people just on a smaller level. Like, once they go viral, it's like everything they do from that point on is how can I go viral again? And you lose yourself, and it's that little bit of fame, that little bit of glory, that little 5 minutes. People want to recapture that.
Don't lose yourself, my boy.
You know what I'm saying? Like people. So it's like with bruh, he had that big fall with the Hillsong thing. He laid low for a minute. Boom, here he is again saying something crazy. Then you see the ministry you're a part of. Like, it's a lot of things going on. It's like he's just trying to recreate that magic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
that
crazy.
Hillsong documentary, boy, that thing took me out.
I fell
It
asleep.
took
I
me
didn't
all
finish
the
it.
way out. No, I'm talking about like
I'm gonna go watch it again.
the disbelief. The disbelief. I'm one of those people that, Shannon say this all the time, I give Christians the benefit of the doubt. Right? I'm always like, prove me wrong. You say you love the Lord, prove me wrong then I won't believe you, right? And so but I mean, I'm also a person that always tests the fruit too. But to me, it's like when I saw that documentary, I was like, man, you cannot. It feels like certain things you just cannot do and say you love the Lord. Like you can't just you can't have this go on for decades and say you love the Lord and live that way and wake up every day not thinking that he's going to strike you down. You know what I mean? That to me is just...
Even when you look at this, like, let's take the Yoruba spirituality. Let's take the part about her sticking the Bible pages in her privates. Let's take all that away.
Oh, Lord.
Let's shit all that. So let's
I mean, she did say that.
She did.
She did.
Let's take all that away.
I don't listen, so I wouldn't know.
No, I mean, this was years ago, but then she did.
Just the scriptures.
Yeah.
This is the Lemonade album.
Yeah. I take Bible scriptures and like,
start using to stop my period. Yeah.
To
plug up my regions.
But she was quoting somebody else, but she did say that.
It was a point. I think.
Yeah.
She still said it.
Yeah.
The video had the Bible floating in the water. I'm sorry. She still said it and had the Bible floating in the water. But
I knew I ain't listening to Beyonce for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I knew it.
Like Latia said, there was a switch. Because I was a fan too. Dangerously in Love, I was all over the album. And she recorded in Miami, 8305. But, like...
okay,
was,
Trick Daddy.
Right.
Trina.
But, I knew it. Amen. The Lord has brought me a mighty long way. Hallelujah. But there was a shift and there was a change. And when you said you felt that difference, I know I personally felt that difference when she did started doing that Sasha Fierce thing, and it's literally in broad daylight right in front of your face. Something takes over me. There's videos of
did say that.
it scaring people to where she's off stage and it literally looks like something is jumping inside of her before she walks on stage and she does the most. Like, this girl's been saying she has an alternate personality. She has a spirit that helps her perform. And then we draw in the things that she's been saying. The fruit is fruiting.
Yeah, it is.
So it's like whether you're enjoying and experience this lollipop, this sugar-coated poison, whether you're enjoying this or not, the facts still remain. This lady is a high-level witch in witchcraft. So why are you listening to her music?
Allegedly.
At some point, we gotta choose.
The next question about witchcraft. Too.
It is.
It is.
And the next one,
That's
let's
a
do it.
good transition.
Look at
Good
that.
transition.
Let's get it.
All right,
Oh,
so
boy.
this next young lady, she says that she was a witch. She's been called to help other women come out of it, but she no longer wants to be associated with Christianity. Let's take a listen.
So if ever I was tempted to go back to witchcraft over the last 2 days, I would have absolutely gone back to witchcraft. And today I am making the decision to completely leave Christianity. I will not be going back to witchcraft because I have seen and experienced firsthand the dangers of witchcraft, and I've been very open about that on here. But now I've also seen and experienced the dangers of Christianity and how it's nearly pulled me away from God completely. So I'm going to be speaking about that and explaining my decision and what I'm going to be doing moving forward. This is going to be a bit of an honest video. I'm going to keep it as short and sweet as I can. I came out of witchcraft towards Jesus, fell into Christianity, and it was actually even worse. So I'm going to be explaining how now I'm only going to be following Jesus. I'm not going to be a part of whatever is going on in the Christianity religion and the church. I have seen some horrors in my time doing this page already, and now I am completely and utterly out of it. I wash my hands of it. I never came to Jesus from any amount of preaching, no amount of gospel studies, no Bible sermons, nothing like that. I came to Jesus because he brought me out of pure darkness in witchcraft. I experienced Jesus firsthand. Now, however, because I've been talking about Jesus a lot, I seem to have attracted a lot of the Christian community on here. Now, I'm not just talking about online. I have seriously experienced some darkness in churches and Christians around me as well. So again, this is exactly why I'm taking myself out of this situation entirely. If you are a Christian and you follow this page for Christian content, I don't think I'm what you're looking for. I've been more than direct and harsh on witchcraft, so I'm going to be exactly the same in what I've experienced, because one thing I'm not going to do is downplay or tarnish witchcraft while singing the praises of Christianity when actually it's been complete hell. I'm going to start off by saying that unfortunately it is only a minority of Christians that I've come across that are actually accepting, loving and show Jesus. I will say now wholeheartedly, the vast majority that I've come across, I don't want to see or speak to or have any kind of correlation with again. The judgment is absolutely horrific. Using Bible verses to judge you and condemn you. As we know, this is not Jesus. There is no condemnation in Jesus. However, there are a lot of people running around right now with Bible quotes in their bios, ripping people to shreds and standing in self-righteousness. I have seen this so much more than I have seen people show the love of Jesus, unfortunately. And I'm not talking about just social media. I'm talking about in the churches as well. Coming out of witchcraft to Christianity, I have experienced more than enough times now nothing but judgment and people actually scared of me. I started this page to try and help people out of witchcraft and the new age and to show them that actually it is a trap. It is, because I've been in it and it will backfire, and to come to Jesus because actually he has set me free. Now the issue that I'm having obviously is what people are seeing, because I have witches coming to my page all the time and all they are seeing is just vile behaviour from people proclaiming to be following Jesus. Now, I'm going to say this to any witch that is watching this right now. Please do not judge God or Jesus based on the people that claim to follow him, because even me, and I'm 2 years out, I have been tempted to go back to witchcraft. Luckily for me, I've experienced firsthand how dark it is and that it is a very enticing trap, so I won't be going back. But I was this close.
All right, what y'all think about that conversation?
Nothing. You don't think nothing?
I do. I think I want to give her grace, and I'm gonna say why. Because I feel like once you get saved, and I've seen this with some other people, I think people automatically think when you get saved, everything has to change overnight. So maybe she came across people who was like, if you're a Christian, why are you still doing this? Why are you still talking about witchcraft? Why are you da-da-da-da? And that may have turned her off, honestly. That's just being real. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you can't throw away every Christian because some Christians are acting foolish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the wisdom. And my prayer is that she gets wisdom. I pray that she gets the right Christians around her to show her love, to support her, to help her. You know what I'm saying? In areas where she needs help. And that's my prayer, like, honestly, for her is just like, God, bring the right Christians around her. Because here's the thing. We experienced this years ago, and till to this day, we get people in our comments saying the craziest stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't saved. Y'all this. Y'all that. Y'all need to know your Bible. You need to do this. You need to do that. And that can wear on you if you don't have the right people around you. thank God we got each other. Thank God we've had conversations where we on a call together or talking to each other and go, what do you guys think about that? Blah, blah, blah. Nah, y'all good. We good. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So we have stuff to run by each other. I think when somebody is online and they come out and they really share their testimony, because she's really sharing her testimony of what she's been through. So when she's sharing her testimony and somebody is saying, you don't look saved or what? That, you know what I mean? That could be very hurtful to somebody, especially if you really saying, hey, y'all, I just left this burning bush. Not burning bush. I just left this burning house. Yeah. I was about to die in this, and Jesus saved me. Why are y'all not happy? Why are y'all just going in on me? You know what I'm saying? Give me a chance. I said I got saved in August. Y'all like, what's going on? Where's the transition? What's going on? So I think if we give people grace once they come out of wickedness, then we can see progress. But I think sometimes social media is so tricky is that you can see somebody's post that they said something in January today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you be like, it's January. What's going on? Why you ain't changed? You know what I'm saying? Or it's just weird like that. So for her, I pray that she doesn't really think everybody that she meets that say they're a Christian is automatically a Christian. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you got to look at people's fruit. You got to see what people are about, how they just because somebody say they're a Christian and they're mean doesn't mean they have the joy of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? But just get around the right people to help you walk this thing out. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say.
Okay. So I have a few thoughts. Okay. So one of them, I'm going to address the church first. So I was scrolling on Instagram. I think it was either yesterday or the day before. And it was someone else sharing their testimony. He used to be, what they call it, like, appear as a woman.
Yeah.
I forgot. I don't
Crossdresser?
Crossdresser drag queen.
Yeah. I forgot the PC terms they be using. But yeah, he was a trans and now he's a guy. And then the comments.
Always
My God. But weird though, but he was attractive as a man and a woman. I was like, just lucky he had great genes. Because I could not tell that he was a woman. I was like, oh, he was a pretty woman. That's crazy. But
I want to see the pictures.
No. Yeah. But one of the comments that I saw was, there is no love like Christian hate. And I said, whoo. I had to close Instagram after that. Because the comment she was responding to was, oh, you think God's proud of you? This man is sharing his testimony. Yeah, he dropped a couple expletives, but the man is no longer dressing as a tranny. Like you said, we need to give people grace, and we need to humble ourselves because there's literally pride here. And I'm tired of Christian people feeling like they can't be used of the devil, because if Jesus had to say to Peter, get thee behind me, Satan, you can be used by Satan if you don't humble yourself and relax. Stop thinking that you need to save everyone. That's not your job. That's Jesus's job. Your job is to walk in love and be led by the Spirit. He will give you instructions on what to do, where to go, what to say, and who to say it to. That's on Jeremiah. All right? So that's the first thing I'm going to say to that. Also, we got to stop falling for the okie doke, because this is straight spiritual warfare. And the reason why I'm able to see it and understand it is because I just almost fell into the same trap. First things first, like she said, you going into the comments and you see all of these Christians berating, being upset. We need to stop assuming that everyone that says they're a Christian is a Christian.
Right.
Because if you changed your life and now your testimony is leading people out of witchcraft, the enemy doesn't like that.
Ooh,
so that's offense. Let me pretend to be a Christian, get in these comments and be hateful. So let's not assume everybody that's spewing hate is literally a Christian spewing hate. This could be the enemy, because he knows they watch us. They know us. He knows that you're sensitive. He knows that you're new. And he knows that this is a soft spot that's going to get you to lead a faith. So right now, you leaving the body. That's step one. You can't operate and grow as a Christian and detach yourself from the body, and that's pride. But it's because you're offended. Offense is one of my favorite books. It's written by John Bevere, and it's called The Bait of Satan. Yeah. And he talks about offense. And it's like the enemy, he can't make you move out of your spot, but he can influence you to. He can put you in certain situations that he know you may fall into, traps to where you convince yourself to take yourself out your spot. So it's like, sis, like the enemy got you. He offended you. Now you walking in pride, trying to separate yourself from the body. And of course, in it, it's a lot. Because like I said, I just walked out of this, but I had to literally go to the Lord and literally just sit at his feet and be like, Lord, I got to forgive everybody by name. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't hurt no one but me to be offended with y'all. It's not my job to punish you. God is my vindicator. I got to release all of this. And I just got to walk and be authentically myself. Because if I can't show up authentically myself, I don't need to be there. But the Lord called me to be in these places for a reason. And if I'm showing up and I'm not authentically myself, walking in love, then Chanel, what are you doing? You're not walking in purpose. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. We got to understand that our impact, like there is so much. God created us and formed us so beautifully, so fearfully and wondrously in the womb. He knitted you perfectly for the way that you can impact those who you are supposed to impact. So it's like if you're not showing up, you can't reach and your impact is muted because you're offended or you're upset or you didn't even show up to the event because you mad at everybody there.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, I was like, the enemy almost got me. But I just pray for her. And it's like, definitely get in community, get at the feet, forgive all of them, ignore that stuff, keep your eyes on Jesus and keep sharing your story. And then pray and ask the Lord to lead you to community with people that he can trust with you and your heart and that will tell you the truth and tell you when you're being prideful. Because I got community that's like, that's pride, Chanel. This sounds like a humility test.
Yeah. One thing she said that wasn't on that clip, or it might have been on that clip. I know it was in the original clip, but it might have been too long. And she said, I'm tempted to go back to witchcraft.
She said it in there.
She said that in there. Okay, I was fooling around in here. What do y'all think about that particular comment? Isn't that a reason why she needs the body because of the temptations to go back to something that she says is evil and dangerous and has ruined her life?
I think every believer tempted to a certain degree to go back to something they used to do. I mean, it ain't temptation unless you want it. You know what I'm saying? So there's some other things. All of us got some stuff that we have to tell ourselves, no, I don't necessarily want to do that, but you get that little itch. You know
that's different when I don't want to go back to something like a substance or something, but you talking about going back to the demonic.
She's talking about she a new believer, though. That's her struggle. That's what I'm going to say. I think the problem is in church is we deal with sin according to our preference. So it's
That's it.
If I'm a straight man and a homosexual man comes through, naturally, if I'm a homophobe or something like that, I'm not going to want to minister to that dude. Or if somebody dealing with witchcraft and off the bat, I think everybody who do witchcraft, they the devil and stuff like that, but she's coming in looking for help. If I feel a certain way toward witchcraft, I'm going to ostracize this woman. You know what I'm saying? So we got to realize, like, we fishers are men, right? So if you look at the biblical way of fishing, the one just in line in the reel, they had a big net. And when they threw that net out there, there's no telling what was going to come in that net. I doubt every time they threw the net out, it was only fish that came in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to clean the net. You might get a snake in that mud. You might get a boot. You might, ain't no telling what you might get in that net. You know what I'm saying? So
back in the Bible days.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to be prepared for whoever may come through those doors, whoever may come looking for deliverance, and you can't let your personal preference on how you feel about a certain sin allow you to make somebody else feel unwanted or unloved by Jesus, when really it's people. And whether it's fair or not, God gets the blame for a lot of people who claim him that he has nothing to do with the stuff that they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
So, just real quick, she said, and I'm paraphrasing, correct me, did she say, I'm no longer following Christianity, I'm just going to follow Jesus?
Yes.
Is that what she said, right?
Yes.
So the word Christianity in Christian, it's a Greek word, Christianos, which means to be a Christ follower. So technically, she's still saying the same thing. I think what she's trying to say is that I'm no longer following religion. I just want to, you know what I mean? I just want to follow Jesus. And I agree with what everyone said. Like, the representation of Christianity is so, like, the water is so muddied at this point. Even like what we talked about with Shannon Sharpe, like a lot of people can say that, oh, I'm a believer or I'm a Christian. Really what they're saying is that I'm not this other religion or that religion. This is, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's unfortunate. It sounds like she's experienced her first dose of church hurt. And this is the way she's choosing.
Going to a church.
Well, you know,
the church of the comment section.
The church of the internet disciples. That's what I'm be saying. Like, people are discipled by social media. Like, the app is crazy. So I mean, like Melissa said, like she needs to stay close to the body.
I do think she said she has been to churches.
Yeah.
I think she said she's been to churches.
But she's a church hopper. She has to find one that she can. And I pray that the Lord actually.
That's very true.
I pray that she finds one where she's being fed and where she's not And maybe she's sharing because she's so happy about her deliverance. She's probably sharing her testimony at every church that she's going to, and forgetting that the church, or maybe not knowing that the church is full of a bunch of hurting, bloody people. It's a hospital. Everyone there is infected with something. It's not like it's imagine. Well, can I say the word COVID on here? We're not good.
What?
Can I say the word COVID on here?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a place that's full of people that have a virus, right?
Yeah.
And you're thinking from the outside looking in, based off the perception of what Christianity is supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Right. You go in with this preconception, like, okay, the church people, they're going to be nice, they're going to be helpful, they're going to be this, and that's not their experience.
Yeah.
So then you walk in and you're like, wait a minute, they just like me. We are.
Yeah.
We are.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. Sometimes when I see stuff like this, I'm like, charge it to the game. Like you said, this is the way you want to follow. With that comes adversity. With that comes negativity. With that comes slander and persecution. It is.
They did it to Jesus.
It's kind of like it is what
She
it
probably
is.
don't know that, though.
You know, like, and the unfortunate part about it is that, you know, we live in an era where you use a platform to spread a message about your testimony, and that platform turns around and is used against you. So it's just, that's what I mean. Charge to the game. The intranet is how you got your message out. Don't be surprised when it start to scream back at you.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of what it is. Like I mean I get it. I've heard the testimony piece a million times. People like, I came to the Lord and Christians. And I'm like, golly, y'all ain't tired of that, man. Like y'all ain't tired of recognizing that this is step one. Like the deeper you go, the more it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like the further you into your purpose, the more it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It ain't roses and bubbles over here. You came from witchcraft. So you already know like what you came out of. Use that. It's the same reason why, you know, I had a homeboy who was a dude in the Marines. He said when he get home, like, and his wife used to get mad, she'll get upset. He was like, I ain't even trip off of it. I was in the war. Like this ain't that whatever
This ain't
she's
a war.
screaming about. This ain't nothing. Like this, oh, you mad? Okay, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like coming through adversity should cultivate you to have long suffering. Right? It should allow you to be like, yo, this ain't that. So I think we could build from here, you know, so we could have that conversation. So
But I do think
fight the good fight. Sis.
But I think coming from a perspective of somebody who, one, is getting to know the Bible, two, don't understand long suffering is a fruit of the Spirit, they automatically thinking, I'm coming to being a Christian, I'm sharing my testimony, love me, I should get love.
Yeah.
And that's like the total opposite of you reading comments and somebody saying, if you're a Christian, why are you doing this? If you're a Christian, why is this? You ain't a Christian, you ain't that. That could be very disheartening for somebody. Yeah. But I 100% agree with you saying, if you're going to share your testimony, you got to understand, like you said earlier, the enemy ain't liking that you came out of witchcraft.
Yeah.
So now when you're saying this, he may have people in the comments. We talk about bots all the time, like in hip hop and all this. You may have people, the enemy using to say crazy stuff that's not even a Christian.
What is she doing this to spread confusion? We don't really know her either.
Yeah, you gotta say it on the mic.
I'm just saying, what if she doing this to spread confusion to make Christians look bad? You know, so she could
That
be
could
like,
be too.
She could be saying, all these Christians never showed me love. Like,
charge it to the game.
you know, so
So
it's like we don't know the heart of man. All we can go off what we see on these screens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just say the safe thing to do is to pray for everybody involved, because she could be scamming, or you know, so she could be telling the truth. We don't really know she a witch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being real. Like,
No, but honestly, I went this morning because I don't normally I normally like just pray before we do the show and stuff about the topics, and I went to her page and to get her name so I could pray whatever. And then I saw that video, but then I saw other videos. She's continued to kept going and did other videos about stuff, other new, like comparing stuff to Christianity. Like, okay, manifestation is not of God, is a false version. Like she did other stuff. So she's been like carrying on, going on. But that's the prayer, is that she gets people around her that can help her and continue to walk with her in that. You know what I mean?
All in all, I think this is positive. I think it's positive that she is out there trying to share the gospel in and she's trying to bring people away from the witchcraft, right?
Yeah.
We talk about, finding more positives. It's positive, but we all need to still continue to lift her up in prayer. She still needs a community around her. She still needs to find a Bible-based church. She needs those things, so we want to pray her toward those things and not, give negative comments that take people away from that. That's why I say social media, man, is I wish I didn't have it. I really wish I didn't have it. But because it's a part of my ministry, I know I have to have it. You were going to say something?
Yeah. So I was going to say the reason why I felt like she's legitimate because she's experiencing and saying things that I think is a true thing and issues in the body, to be honest. So like for one, when we're bringing in people, because like she said, it was no preaching, no teaching. Those are tools. They're not supposed to technically bring you to Christ. They're supposed to mature you. That's what the fivefold ministry is to do, to mature and equip the body. So of course you were supposed to come in because you experienced God. Yes. And in that moment, we're supposed to educate them that you are walking into a war zone. So I think it's different when you just walk in a war, just you're thrown in a war zone versus being told, okay, this is what you can expect to happen. Stuff gonna go crazy. The ish gonna hit the fan. People may start just yelling you for no reason. Spiritual warfare is an aspect of this. God is gonna prune you in different areas. Like we said in Matthew 6:33, we always talking about how God is gonna give us stuff, but we don't talk about the stuff that's gonna be stripped away from us as well. This is a part of the process, which that's discipleship. So it's like, so if she brand new and she don't really have no church and no discipler, that would make me understand why she's going through this frenzy. And then the second one, like you said, if she's excited and she's going to all of these churches sharing her testimony, let's be real. How many churches and how many believers are mature enough to handle somebody that just walked up to them and said, I'm a witch, or I just walked away from witchcraft? There are not that many churches and there are not that many believers, exactly, that are mature enough to take her and love on her.
You can't be scared. We got the Holy Spirit. I feel what you're saying, though.
Yeah, but it's like people be judgy, and even like in the body, me having spiritual gifts or whatever, like people don't even fully believe you when you say, oh, I hear from God. Well, God don't speak no more. This and this. And we got all of these denominations we divided on, and you got somebody walking in the middle of this expecting love, but you done said the right thing to the wrong person. You getting hurt. She could have walked in a Southern Baptist church. Lord have mercy. Can't even imagine how they would have treated her.
Jesus is a fire.
Literally. So it's like, I get what you're saying, sis. Because like even with a Bible study that we had a witch that came in. I sensed her as soon as she came in. It was a couple of us or whatever. But we literally, after she left, had to educate everybody else. Was like, we understand that she's a witch. We understand that she may have an agenda. But at the same time, she's present. We know the Lord is with us. The Lord is obviously present at our Bible studies. There's a chance that she can get saved.
Did y'all say anything to her? Did she?
We just loved on her.
Did she say anything? Did she say she was looking for help or support?
After a while, yes, she ended up getting saved. But like she just kept coming and we treated her regular. Of course, we prayed and anointed everything before she got there, everybody. But we did that regardless of who was coming. But it's like she would just come. We would love on her. We would continue the Bible study like nothing was different. She would leave, come back each time. And then one time we actually had a deliverance where it was a Christian girl who the Lord walked us through deliverance with her. She turned around and saved the witch.
So did she ever say after she got saved what her agenda was? Was she coming there for, division? Was she coming there was she seeking? Like, what was her
she deal? Literally was seeking the Lord. She came because she was bored, but she was interested to hear, because they talk about truth, they like power, they like all these different things. So she just walking in, she seen a bunch of young people gathering at an ice cream shop and was like, what's going on over there? Because we used to be hanging out. So like she also was drawn in because of community. So she would speak at different points before she officially got saved. And she would tell us like the issues and the tussle she was having with trusting people and how people have hurt her. And it was like, okay, that's how you got to this point. That's what drew you into witchcraft, your anger, resentment, bitterness, frustration. Great. Now we know how to pray for you. The Holy Spirit works in wonderful ways. So it was like, now we know how to pray for you. And using the same thing that she was in search of, which was love, is what literally got her saved. She got saved in 10 minutes. Just from being looked at, saying, I see you, I love you, hugging her. That girl gave her life to Christ in 10 minutes. And her countenance completely changed. She looked completely different. The evidence, like when they say Hannah, when she was praying at the altar, and then Eli told her, like, you got your blessing, and her countenance changed. That girl, I could show you a video before and after. The darkness left her. She was glowing with the light of Christ and was consistent, therefore.
That's good. That's good.
I don't really know about that world like that, but do you think it would have been beneficial for maybe this woman right here to maybe sit back and get some discipleship before she got online and start really telling stuff? Do you think it'd been beneficial, like, instead of like coming out and that excitement and that zeal, I used to be a witch and I want to save the witches. Do you think it might be beneficial, you know what I'm saying, to kind of sit back and let somebody really train her and give her some insight on what to expect when she comes out with it? Because if you're more equipped for it, you kind of know what's going to come at you, you could be a little bit more effective. But now when you just fresh in, you obviously haven't been planted at no church. You haven't been discipled for real because it's evidenced by the things you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't it have been more beneficial just for her to kind of chill out? I think that's an issue with a lot of people in general, not just her. Like, people need to sit down first, like, and really just seek the Lord, because it's like, how you going to go out here and minister on something that you really don't know about for real? You just came to it. You can talk about the goodness of Christ, but we are, like he was saying earlier, the internet, it's some pit bulls out here. It's sharks in the water, so they're going to ask you questions you may not be equipped for. They're going to say things about you that emotionally you're not really ready for.
Block ministry is lit.
Exactly. So you just you coming out of a traumatic situation.
Hey, it's a mega church in that John, boy.
You coming out of traumatic situations, and you coming out of darkness or whatever you coming out of, and now you at the mercy of the comment section. You might not be emotionally prepared for that. So I think you might need to sit down and just really 100%. Let somebody talk to you first.
I agree with you, because I recently read an article that's saying this is a common issue with Gen Z, is because they're so zealous, but they just jump in and they're hurting. I was like, dang, it's crazy. Like, they're really hurting. They said Christianity, and I'm just like, I guess. But in a sense, yeah, because they are jumping out head forward. They're not necessarily concerned about discipleship and really being in their Bible like that. They just so zealous or whatever. So it is a common issue and a common thread that's happening with them. But at the same time, everybody is on different paths. So I can't specifically say, okay, you got saved yesterday, wait, this, and that. Some people just come out the gates blazing, and it just, like, God equipped them. That's their walk. That's their path. But, like,
I ain't gonna lie, I got a lot of grace for God's people, for real. Like, Jesus died for us. So, like, at the end of the day, I got a lot of grace to extend when it comes to the body. So when I hear anybody talk about Christians, like, I be like, get the strap. Like, who, like, let's find... No, and it's because, like, everybody in their faith journey has a certain stage, right? You got the super zealous ones, you got the ones that are seasoned in the faith, you got the ones that are discipled well, and then you got some of them that's like on the other side of the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? But they are, you know, grafted in, right? And it's like, all right, so let's see them grow. So when I see anybody trying to throw Christians out like the baby with the bathwater, I'm like, come on, dog. Like, you just say those people you was mad at. That's like, at the same time, if my daughter got her heart broken by a couple dudes and she was like, men are dogs, I'd be like, what about me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so sometimes we got to be willing to say to ourselves, emotionally intelligent enough to say to ourselves, those people are not my people. These people who are given a lot of favorable commentary, like, those my people. Like, they get it. And I think sometimes we get bogged down in the negativity as opposed to, I'm sure there are plenty of people that are affirming what she's done, but she's caught up in the negativity. So
that's the danger right there. When you got a bunch of people looking for reasons to bash Christians anyway, and then you have somebody who has influence in her community like she did with witches and whoever else who watches her, and she come out and bash them. That's another black eye for the body that's been given because you didn't take time. And I understand, like, some folks might come out blazing, but I remember Paul was saying in the scriptures, lay hand on no man suddenly. You know what I'm saying? Also, you got to consider the price of the tower before you build. Because you don't want to be building a tower and run out of supplies or run out of money. And that's what these folks are doing. They start building a tower, and then when it's time to pay for it, they don't have the money. They're running out of supplies. And then they're looking around, and then they abort the whole mission. The tower can be built if you build the foundation right. And these folks don't have foundation. That's why when any kind of wind come across, they're not built on rock. They're built on sand. Now you want to throw away the whole Christian body because you had a bad experience. When had you been discipled and prepared, you could have handled that correctly.
Yeah, but I also think, I think just have wisdom, man. Like, I think at the end of the day, we got to pray for new believers to get discipled. We have to pray for new believers to find people to help them walk this thing out. Because the thing is, I think somebody said, I don't know what you just said, about giving a black eye. You know how many videos we've come across when you see this, where people are saying, young people, old people, I ain't in church no more because of, Christians judging me or this and that. And that's a common thread online, on Instagram, on TikTok, on all these places, and everything in the comments. See, yup.
To a different church.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Do it with TV shows.
Yeah.
You do it with the radio.
Yeah.
You do it in every other area of life.
Change
the channel.
That's
so,
real.
I had a bad experience at Walmart last week.
Like, I ain't never go to Walmart.
Am I gonna stop going to Walmart? No, I'm gonna go to the other one.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, I know we about to move on, but I think the thing is, the problem is people don't comprehend that, especially if you're new to this.
Yeah.
They don't automatically go, let me go find something else.
It's like
They
the Spider-Man meme. Like, it's like, you're a Christian too?
Yeah.
Like, and we're not built the same.
It's just automatically thinking like all Christianity is wrong and they're judgmental, and that's it.
You know the good thing about it, though, to end this on a high note for her? I love that her encounter with the Lord was so strong that I didn't turn her from him. She said, I don't want them, I want him.
That is good.
I'm not going to, this right here, I don't know what that is. I don't like that. But this guy, this person that I did meet, Jesus, I'm going to follow him.
Good.
I'll leave all y'all. So I know that the Holy Spirit is really doing his work inside of her. And I pray that the Holy Spirit continues to do that. And she will find somebody, because God is just so good. She's going to find her community. She's going to find her tribe. And as long as she holds on to him, she's going to win.
That's good.
Period.
So we got a super chat here from High Tolerance. He says, salute track stars. This only confirms her ex-drummer Kim Thompson's witchcraft claim and lawsuit. Everybody's at the...
Are you talking about Beyonce?
Oh, okay. How long ago was this super chat? This just happened, though. We just got this, though.
Yeah, he probably joined. Yeah.
Oh, he joined late. Okay, all right. Well, still, we appreciate the super chat. He said at the time, thought she was off her rocker and eventually canceled. Worthy of noting. So, yeah, he probably joined late and gave us that information. So we'll move on to this this next reaction. 2819 Church. A woman jumped up and started to tell the church to repent. Let's see what she had to say.
2819 Church is under fire again. This time, a so-called prophetess called herself protesting the church, interrupting the pastor, and causing a lot of confusion.
Hey. Everybody look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. The devil is a liar. As a matter of fact, everybody extend your hands right now to her. In the name of Jesus, I pray that you come out of that wicked religion and that you meet Jesus for yourself, and that you would remove that veil from your head and come behind the veil of Christ. I pray that by his blood that you are delivered and set free, that the devil is a liar. Not coming to this place, for this is holy ground, that you have no dominion, no power, no authority. The devil is a liar. And I pray that whatever religion brought you in here is a religion that will set you free when you walk out. He is a healer. He is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. Hallelujah. We are praying saints. You will not defeat us. You will not limit our thoughts. You will not make us scared. We walk boldly in the faith and into our might. In Jesus' name. Amen. I'm from the west side of Compton. You better stop playing with me. Go have all of that come all of that come out. I'm saved. No, we good. Come on. Try me if you want to. Don't let these glasses fool you. I'm from the west side. 154th Street, Avalon. You head ball. Better ask about me. Better stop playing. I ain't been saved my whole life. Anybody else got a distraction? You might as well get it out now. If you're going to get up and protest, go ahead and do it now. Because the word will be preached regardless of you with your microphone. I don't care. He said, if I be lifted up, I'll draw all men unto me. Nation of Islam, that's fine. Hebrew Israelite, that's fine. Whatever the case, whatever it is, that's fine. Everybody's welcomed. You can belong before you believe. but you won't stop the word going forth.
All right, what y'all
That last
think about
point
that?
was fair. Like
You can't stop the
but
word
that
going
joint
forward.
stink. Like it stink. It stinks. Like the odor doesn't sound pleasing. Doesn't smell pleasing. Like it's just kind of you heard the fleshliness pop out. You know
Oh, yeah,
what I'm
he
saying?
did.
Like he was like, you better ask somebody. And, yeah, it's like about who? Like what we saying?
He's from
Jesus?
Compton.
Like, what we saying?
Right,
Like and yeah, he's like, come on, man.
I'm
Like
a
'cause
Christian from
all of
Compton.
that stuff is
You heard Good
puffing
Crit, Mad
yourself
City?
up. Like all that stuff puffing yourself up. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
it that just stink, man. Like and all of that for real. Like the way that could be perceived is, there's a bunch of people that watch 2819
Yeah.
that don't go in that building.
Right.
And they're watching it. And that clip went viral,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, for all the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like they thought that it was like, oh no, she was calling out sin and he was getting her out the church. And it's like, is that the image we want to project on the body, like publicly?
No.
Like for millions of people to see.
Right.
Like these are the moments where I'm like, y'all gotta have better discernment than that. Like it's like this don't never look good, my boy. Like, hey, this person standing up in the middle of church. Unfortunately, that could possibly happen when you have a church with that large of a membership
Mm-hmm.
and that much of a unencumbered ability to speak on matters in that church. But again, charge it to the game, my boy. Like, but the way you respond,
Yeah.
nah, that wasn't at all the way I think he should have did it. So,
I'm gonna say.
Go ahead.
Before I get that, say what I'm about to say. Did she stand up and she say like 2019 needs to repent of idolatry?
I think she
did.
said
Like
that.
the whole church.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna necessarily say she took the best approach. However, I do. Like I feel like I listen to Pastor Mitchell. I feel like he had a solid message. But none of us are above sin, and I think it's a lot of people there because some people are being set free from whatever they're dealing with legitimately at that
That's
church.
valid.
There are some people there who are trying to be the next Philip Mitchell.
That's
There are
right.
some people there who want to see what's going on and how they can mess it up. It's like people be in churches for a lot of different reasons.
100%.
But there is a continuing theme that I'm seeing is that people are acting like he's the only man that's out here preaching from the Bible for real. And I think that's when you got to be careful because it's a man in the church in the back of the woods somewhere you never heard of who's been probably solidly preaching the Bible for the last 20 years. So when people come out and say he's the only one standing for truth, he's the only one standing for righteousness, that might be a little bit of idolatry.
That
you know
is
what I'm saying?
idolatry.
And then when the pastor came and responded that way, we can talk about how he responded. But I remember when the whole thing came, when I said this the first time, when they were trying to raise money for the building. And Philip Mitchell stood in front of the camera and he said, I'm going to look you dead in your eyes and I'm going to tell you like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a little bit of flesh involved. And I said, I don't want to discredit him or say he's not a solid pastor or this, and that. But bro right here was just following the example of his leader. You know what I'm saying? His leader did the same thing when it came down to other situations. Some folk be glazing, these folk be scared to say stuff. I'm just going to call it like it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to call it what the Bible say. Like,
all right.
Like, these folks are not above us. All of us fall short. You know what I'm saying? So there is some idolatry in the building. There are some people who feel like they can't hear the word unless it's from Philip Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you're one of those people, you can laugh and joke about it getting kicked out. You need to repent. Like, period.
So I have a split opinion about that one. I think the lady was out of order.
Absolutely.
I think there's a time and place for that. I think that if she truly felt that she got a word from the Lord, there was a way that the Lord would have gave her revelation on how to deliver that.
Sure.
Now, granted, and as far as the people in church, the congregation, are there people there that are there for different reasons? Everyone is in different seasons and they're there for different reasons, right? Some people are there because they genuinely connect with the message and the method of the way that the pastor teaches there, right? Who is a sound teacher. I've listened to his teaching. He know that book, right? Now his gifting and the way that he conveys the message some people would say that he's he teaches aggressively, and I don't think he apologizes for that. Now, we are the sum total of our environment. Environment shapes heredity, usually, right? He's from New York. He's had a different walk of life than other people.
Yeah.
Like my brother said here earlier, if you don't like it, leave and find a place that fits the way that you can digest it.
Sure.
But some people, like, I don't have children yet, but I have 4 nieces and nephews. The way that I have to auntie them are different according to the way that they receive it. Some, like one of my nieces, I can just say it one time, and I can talk just like this to her. She's going to get it. She's going to be obedient and do it. Now, my other niece, I got to be like, yo, you know what I mean? I got to get a little, you know what I'm saying? It just depends.
A little stank on it.
Yeah, got to. And I got to make a face with it because she, you know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah. See what I'm saying? So I think she was out of order of which the way that she said it. If she truly had a message from the Lord is not, he's not the author of confusion and chaos. That's not the Lord, right? Now, as far as the response to it, when he said, point your hands to her and let's pray, I think that was the right move, and he should have just stayed there.
Yep.
Now, as far as the other things, he could have been making light of a situation that could have been heavy to get a cackle so that we can move along. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it. I don't. You know, it could have been right. They got a cackle and they got back to the message, and that's what it was, right? Yeah, so I think it's just about a preference on how do you receive information. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree with that.
Yeah, you know, I'm from Compton, like Buddy said here, and what that mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She out the building now, the armor bed. They don't take
I agree.
I'm from up the
it's like
street.
one of them kids that's like, you don't get bold into the principal, like the teacher's here, so now we about to, like, we in school,
Security
we about
don't
to
carry it
fight.
out.
So
You
now
popping
they in
out.
between us, and now I'm like, you
it's
know what
like,
I'm saying?
you talking now.
Yeah,
She out.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. So I took that like a joke. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, that's funny. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't have an issue with like a brash approach or nothing like. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. So I thought that was funny. I was like, oh, okay, he's trying to make light, because that could have really derailed. Because for some people, everyone in the congregation, they're in different walks, right? So some people that was some people first time they're visiting the church. 100%. What did the first time visitors think? You know what I'm saying? Like it's hey.
I'm gonna say this. I've seen other videos with the young lady. Like she called out Jackie Hill. She called Jackie Hill Perry out. She said Jackie Hill Perry is going to die soon. And
that same lady?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so
She's in Atlanta?
I don't know if she's in Atlanta or not, but
I know she didn't come all the way here to do that.
I don't know. She could have. But I'm gonna say this. I think the thing is we are in a time where people, when they don't like what you, going back to what you said with Paul Revere about his book Offended, or people feel like you're not preaching the way they preach. Because I'm like, going back to what you said a little bit about people feeling like he's the only preacher, and I'm gonna say this. I feel like for a lot of us, African Americans, I feel like his preaching is very different for the time being that we are hearing popular pastors that's out, to be fair. Like you said, there could be a million of there's a lot of pastors that are like him, but they just don't have that platform. And somehow, some way, he got into the algorithm, and now as you can see Philip Anthony Mitchell, and people are like taken back from him. Even pastors, I've heard pastors say to other churches, like to their church, like other pastors talking to amongst pastors here in Atlanta, like, yo, is your congregation getting smaller because people going to 2019? Like, on some real, just being real.
That's crazy.
That's being real. I heard that firsthand.
The thing about it is, though, I'm not.
Man.
I'm not.
That's what we be doing.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's.
Evangelizing.
Yeah, it's not any fault of his. I'm saying. I'm just saying in general, like, you got to be careful because there are people. When she said she might have been out of order, her approach might not have been right, but I believe it's still something we can gain from this. Like, people are idolized. Some people are idolizing their favorite pastor. It don't got to be Philip Mitchell. Some people idolize their pastor. We know all people. When you hear your pastor not going to be, if your pastor not going to be in church, they say, we're going to have the assistant pastor preaching. Some folks might not show up, but the pastor ain't there. That's right. So, like,
on that note,
yeah. So this exactly. So who's going to preach? I'm going to watch online. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how people are. That's our culture in general.
That is idolatry
the black
to a
community,
degree,
especially, like, we idolize our pastors. Like, let's just be honest about it. So When she stands up and say, hey, y'all guilty of idolatry, it's a good number of people in that mug. I ain't saying everybody. I don't know everybody's heart. I'm pretty sure some solid people in there. I know some people who go there. But some of these folks are just there to see him. Some folks are there for entertainment. Some folks are there for a show. Yeah. No fault of his or the people who legitimately are in there, but that's just the culture that we're living in. Mm-hmm. So for the people who are on that, we can't act like nobody in there is guilty of idolatry.
But I think the problem is, in general, us as a people, we do that with leaders.
Yeah.
We idolize as a people whoever the leadership is, regardless if somebody doing a movement, regardless if somebody at a church, whatever. Especially if somebody know how to preach or somebody know how to speak good.
Yeah,
you're gonna be on that person and following that person.
They speak good. I'm doing the church.
But I think at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that you have to understand that a distraction. The reason why he was saying what he was saying to everybody wasn't like out of a pride situation. It was, this is a distraction. Everybody look forward. It don't matter what she's saying. She's out of order. Mm-hmm. Don't put your focus on it, because imagine if they was in the middle of worship. I could see the transition could be they were singing and they in worship, and then he about to come up, and then all of a sudden she jump up and say, hey, 2819, this is idolatry. She could be right. She could be right with some people in there. But at the same time, that's something you say, come to the pastor and say, hey, pastor, I love your ministry, or your ministry is great. Or you don't have to say all that.
Well, you ain't getting to that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is there's a way there's a way of order, like you said. God is not in chaos.
Right.
God is not in confusion. So, and in my personal opinion, so in my opinion, her track record, when I seen other videos, I was like, bro.
Okay. Oh, so he was trying, like, we seen this before. All right, go sit down.
Yeah, because he just put it in the same, if you listen to the whole thing, when he said,
all right, Abigail,
he kind of put her in the same light as the Hebrew Israelites. If you look at what he said.
So my perspective was going back to kind of what both of you guys were saying. People idolize pastors, period. I am not going to allow us to let 2019 die on the cross of idolization. Yeah. Let's chill on that. That's people do that at every church, period. But as far as like, maybe they know their audience.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it's digestible because if it's not for you, if I don't like this, I'm not going to eat this. And so he has a generation of a lot of young people that are there. You know, so it's like some of these young, these kids nowadays is different. They different. So sometimes you got to give it to them blunt and straight for them to get it.
Exactly.
To snatch their minds and their souls right out of hell. Like, wait a minute, this is the way that that's how they receive it, and that's what he does, right? Yeah. And as far as idolizing, people idolize artists, musicians. Like you got people like
people idolize.
Oh my God,
basketball teams.
Yeah,
they call it admiring.
Right, admiring.
Like, I'm a fan. Okay.
People idolize, but what if it's literally like she said? He knows his audience. He knows how to speak to his audience. Did Paul not say?
They're called to his ministry. They're called to be there. Like
what he said, make the gospel attractive, be all things to all people. So maybe they understand the demographic that they're speaking to. A lot of them are new believers. Like you said, they snatching them right out the world.
Need that
so they're speaking to them on their level. And at the same time, he's giving them real gospel.
Yeah.
He's exegizing. He's giving them like, the custom of da-da-da. Like when I went there, I was like, this is a full good word. This is really good. Like I don't see nothing what y'all saying when I'm in there looking at this pastor.
But that's the point.
His gift is his gift.
That's the point.
I mean?
It's not a surprise that that's what went viral though. Yeah. Like sometimes we gotta acknowledge that spiritual warfare exists.
Yes.
Like and that could be a thing too. So yeah.
That's the thing. It's not a problem of the way he preached. That's why I said no. I'm gonna say this again. No fault of his.
No fault of his.
No fault of his. Like he can't help who come through the doors and decide that his assignment is study the word, preach the word, and hopefully people get set free from whatever bondage they in. I'm not saying it's a fault of his, but we can't pretend like it's not in Atlanta especially. It's not a large majority of people who go there for the wrong reason. Some people go for the right reason.
So we got to talk to the people and not to the church then.
But we just talking about this one on this particular topic because that's the video that got played. We were talking about transformation. I would have said the same thing. We were talking about new birth. I would have said the same thing.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about like,
names.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh my God.
I'm just saying, didn't he?
I'm talking about a cultural problem. I'm not narrowing out 2019.
Respect. I get it.
I'm just saying. It's a cultural thing that's going on. And then too, we saying she out of order. Okay. Let's look at, I don't know her track record, I don't know her for real, but let's say in general, do you think Jeremiah was in order when he went up against the people and said, hey, God, thus said the Lord? Any prophet in the Old Testament, were they in quote-unquote order? I think Jesus himself went against the order of the day.
But I think
so.
It's an order because of the new church. And I'm not negating the Old Testament. I'm saying in the new church, there's an order of how to approach people that you feel is out of order.
So
let's just say
order
biblical.
in the way that we confront others. So he's saying that way.
And if you're being biblical, like during those times, look what he was interrupting. He was actually sent. Like Yahweh actually sent them. They were sent for real.
Maybe
you know what I'm saying? So
she might have thought she was sent. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? I was just saying like.
So let me ask you a question.
I get it.
You preaching somewhere, and some woman stands up and says, "Hey, everybody, James Church is out of order for idolatry." You in your heart is like, I'm not preaching idolatry. If these people, I preach every week that these people don't idolize me. I am a human being. You say this.
Did she say the pastor was guilty of idolatry, but some of the people were guilty?
She just said 28:19.
Well, my personal experience, I've been in a church service before where somebody stood up and they said something, and the pastor was like, "Whoa," and he was like, "We all need to repent." And I've seen that happen before. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not finna just make up some crazy stuff.
Oh, like if that is in your heart.
Yeah, I've seen
repent.
God
like
use somebody
the
in that
opportunity
way.
to say,
"Yeah,
y'all hear this."
Yeah.
If it's in your heart to have idolatry,
and
for
the Spirit of the Lord fell in that mud,
repent.
whether you people agree with it or not, the Spirit of the Lord fell in that mud, and folks repented, and they were wrong. The dude called out some stuff where they knew it had to be the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
So his personal experience tells him that
so it ain't
that
always.
may not necessarily have been out of order because you had a leader that was humble enough to hear it and say, "Look, if it applies to you."
I think the problem is this: that church has been, and I don't want to go to that church, so I'm just saying. From what I'm seeing online, you're getting attacked by Hebrew Israelites. You're getting attacked by everybody. You're getting attacked online. So for somebody to come in and say that, it sounds like everybody else. Mm-hmm. It doesn't sound like, oh, we need to repent. It sounds like this is
another one.
This is another exactly. Kind of like what we just talked about earlier.
Who's real and who's not?
Right.
We don't know, but
we don't.
But you know,
it's
if
just
that is
add-on.
something that's happening over and over again, you may be more inclined to say, "Here we go again."
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that's his point.
And if you really had a message from the Lord to deliver to the church, would he give you the same method that other people used that was dismissed and ushered out the church?
Right, because
And that
the
word of
counterfeit
God.
always come before the real thing, do it not.
But
So
at the
if a
same time,
count-
you're saying the same thing. Like one thing, okay, every church has something that they need to pray about and that they struggle with. So it's like this is a church full of brand new believers. If you have mature believers that struggle with idolization, with different things, these are brand new believers that need to learn these things. Y'all calling out the same things. No surprise to me that that some of them may struggle with idolization. Pray for them and
Sounds
pray
like
for
James-
leadership
sounds
so
like
that they
James is
can.
saying-
Yeah.
It sounds like James is saying like that's true, but if that is the case, why did they just grab her and get her out of the church? If there are people that resonates with, how is that out of order? Let that be what it is. Like, and continue to preach your message.
Yeah.
Like, my thing is like, amen, God bless you. If that was on your heart to be repent, go ahead and repent. We'll do that now. Let's get back to the message. Like,
Yeah.
But here's the problem with that. But here's
that.
the problem with that. The problem with that is, and there's nothing wrong with calling somebody out of stuff because we see that all the time with street preachers. We see that all the time with people who got a heart, who are people who are hearing from God and saying, okay, you know, I need to pray on that. But here's the problem. If you give it a pass for that person, then who's the next person come up next week and go, hey,
well, you
Philip,
ain't give me a sign. You ain't give
so
me a chance.
then it becomes an event at somebody's church.
Yeah, at what cost?
Exactly. At what cost? And
They
why is
got an email
everybody
address.
pinpointing 2819 for the
Exactly.
same thing when there
They're
are
on their
ministries
time.
that just got roped up
Well, you know
because
why.
they leadership is in
But you know why?
Folks are leaving their church.
affairs for 10 years long. But I don't see none of these prophets going to that church and calling the pastor out in front of them. So I'm saying at some point, I feel like this got to be spiritual warfare. Because why are we still going after 2019 when you understand that these pastors are doing the best they can? They are standing for discipleship. They're hosting discipleship conferences. They are preaching the word of God. They are not misleading people. At this point, it's like, we got to stop.
But do all that make them above sin and correction?
No, it
But
doesn't make
who's
them
to
above
say
it.
that they're in sin? This
to
is an
say they're
issue that
not?
they have. Who's to say that they don't have a plan that they're actively working on?
But who's to say they are and they don't, and they're not? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're wrong. I've been to the church. I enjoy it. I've
gotta
been to
move
the
on.
church. I enjoy
I
it.
just said
Yeah.
she could have sent the
Yeah.
email. Like, you got the email address,
And
send them
would
a
they have
DM or
read it?
something.
Would they have read it?
I mean,
Maybe.
they not hearing that either.
We don't know.
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
So
My thing is
Try.
this. I kind of agree
If it's
with,
from the Lord, the
I
Lord
kind
will
of
get it
agree with you.
delivered.
It's like 2019 is getting it. Like I said, I don't even go to that church, but I can see when
to
somebody
the game, my boy.
is getting attacked, and I get it. That's right. You're right. But at the same time, it's like it looks like you said, it looks like an attack of the enemy when it's an attack. You got a group of people preaching false doctrine out front of my church almost every week.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody else come in and you know what I'm saying?
Get in here.
So it's like
because but why? Why? You have a whole group of people teaching something else in front of my. Why? It's 100 churches in Georgia.
So I do want to have some time to get into having the conversation with you guys. Jared, you got a new album out.
I'm not coming against
y'all. You got a new album out, bro. Talk about it. Tell us about your new album.
Yeah. Jordan with the Wizards, man. Trying to make growing up cool, dog. Yeah, it sounded better than LeBron with the Lakers, for real. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, it's about making growing up cool. One of the things I noticed in the space is that, like, the young people want to be young and stay young, and the old people want to be young. So, like, I'm like, there's a gap here that needs to be addressed. And that's the people that do got kids and they do got a family and they do got, you know, things and responsibilities. How do we make the connection? The way I correlate it is like Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, like kids were there too. Like it wasn't just men and women. They didn't have children's church over on the mountain. So like there had to be something that was cutting through to make certain that young people got it too. So that's what Jordan with the Wizards is. It's something for the old heads. It's something for the young guys. It's something for the married folk. It's something, all of that.
And then what was your big announcement yesterday, bro?
Yeah, so I mean, I formally announced my departure from God Over Money, and it was because the obligation was fulfilled. Like I came in with terms, and I fulfilled the terms. You know, I came in with the agreement with Biz, like, hey, I want something on my own from the day that I got there, and hey, we fulfilled my commitment. So you know, that's where we at.
That's good. So what's next for you?
Oh man, Hope is Dope Music, man. You know, scouting for artists, plenty of music on the way.
So you
okay.
Yeah. What type of artist you looking for, Jared?
Somebody not like me. No, that's real. Like I think that diversity is important, right? Like because then we just, you know, it's one of those. If y'all understand the analogy when it comes to like boxing, the reason why they have like multicultural fights is because you're bringing two different cultures together, right? Like where it's like black on black fights don't do the same because they're in essence using the same pool of people.
Yeah.
Right. So if you see a black and a Mexican fighter, a black and a Puerto Rican fighter, a black and an Asian fight. Now you're bringing two different markets together. I want to be able to offer a platform where there's room for somebody who's new, who's not like me, to be able to have a space for themselves and not be like compared to me. Like, I'm like, if they're a rapper, cool. I just don't want them to rap like me. Like if they're a singer, cool. Just be you. Like don't be a Jared Jr. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want that.
So what are you looking for in an artist? Like what is the things you look for in?
I mean, I got some people in mind.
Okay.
Like so. Yeah, I think one of the artists in particular, like she has been, you know, in the scope for some time now.
Okay.
I think she's amazing, and I think that she's gonna bring something different to the space.
Dope.
She doesn't sound like anybody else.
Okay, that's dope.
I'm like, yeah.
And she rap and sing, or
she's a singer.
Okay.
So it's a whole different space.
Gotcha.
That's dope. And we got Miss Latia Ashley. She is an Amazon best-selling author of the book Update. Talk to us about the new blueprint for love.
Yeah, so I am the author of the book Update. It is a new blueprint for love, dating, and covenant. So what it does, it kind of shatters the myth that marriage is the end-all, be-all, and that's going to be the thing that makes you whole. So it helps you become the person that you hope to attract, and understanding the foundation of covenant and what it is.
Yeah.
And just kind of doing the work, cleaning yourself from the inside out so that you aren't the person that that's chasing away the right one, but you can attract
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, so talk to us a little bit about some of the people that you've helped with this book and the testimonies and what that sounds like.
So first of all, I'm going to be honest. I was completely surprised that the book actually did what it did. It was literally just my diary, and it came from me being teased on tour. They used to call me Unicorn. But anyway, I'm usually the only girl on the road when I go, and I'm a believer, and I stand firm in that. I don't simulate, like, you know what I'm saying, y'all go do your fun, y'all go do your thing. I'm over here. And so one day, when the guys was like, sis, you're a unicorn. They don't make them like you no more. And I'm like, what? You don't know that you're weird. Well, not weird. Peculiar until someone that's like saying, hey, you're different. It's like, I don't believe that. And then they said, you should write a book about it. And I'm also a one that turned down 2 rings. And I know a lot of women idolize marriage and the ring. And I'm more, I'm pro clarity and, in covenant than I am just to get the ring, because the ring is not really the reward. Your purpose is. And I was always a person that was focused on walking in purpose before I walk down the aisle, so that my partner doesn't become my purpose. Because, no.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Very cool. Yeah, I think that it sounds like you're a big fan of the baton. Like, you see somebody running the race, and then you look up and they're beside you, and then you guys are carrying the same wand at some point. That's really cool. That's and we met at the Black Christian Influencers Conference. Tell us a little bit more about what's coming up next for you.
So what we're doing, we're doing spot dates with the tour, the book tour actually. So we're doing things at local Barnes & Noble. We had a really successful book launch here in Atlanta, and we're spreading the message, and it's been picked up at different churches and small groups in their singles ministry. Yeah. And surprisingly enough, I am surprised that so many married people have been blessed by it. So it's strange when people say, this is everything I wish I would have known before I got married. Yeah. And I've had, some people say, this reminded me to date my wife again. This reminded me to focus on this. You know what? I really thought I was ready for marriage, but this showed me that I wasn't, because I realized that this is sacrifice. Wait a minute. Yeah. And I've also had some criticism. People say, how you writing a book about marriage? You're not even married. So
mind your business.
Well, no, that's not what I said. So, and this is honest. The honest God truth is how I handle this. So if the book resonates to you to be a book about how to get married and how to prepare for marriage, the book foundation is covenant. So it's really pointing you back to Jesus, because we are the bride of Christ. So the whole essence of what marriage is was created and given to us by someone who wasn't married. Jesus wasn't married. So how does that disqualify me to talk about the way that I want to show up for my future husband? Now that I'm ready to say I do.
There you go. Okay, so this is going to be interesting, because we got a Patreon coming up. And if you guys can stick around for Patreon, it's Men vs. Women. So I would encourage you guys to go over to Patreon right now. Huh?
No. You want to be here. This was good.
Yeah, I would encourage you guys to go over to patreon.com/trackstars right now. Get your membership if you're not already on there, or, whatever. Like, I think it's going to be a really good conversation. So, yeah, again, thank you to all the guest hosts today. We appreciate you all being here. Y'all continue to pray for Sean, that he gets better, that he'll be back with us next week. Exciting stuff, man. You guys go out there and have a great week. You're in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let go.
I wasn't responding to you directly. I was responding to people.
He's like,
I'm not coming at you and say, no, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to all God sending all